getting dicey.
You gotta say life out.
Bit too, a bit, eh?
Yeah, what happened? Because you've just moved your desks there, John, so you haven't set everything.
Yeah, so I'm in a new locale.
Oh, nice.
Which clearly doesn't have as nice lighting.
It definitely looks the same as the last location. You got that sort of brick wall behind you with the wooden door. And...
Yeah, the roaring torch I just assumed would light up my face correctly, but I guess not.
yeah.
Actually, my light is on the wrong side for the torch. Maybe I should move it.
Oh, that would match. That would match much nicer, I think.
It was making it. It looks really odd now, but it was making it quite grainy.
Ah, right.
So,
right.
Okay, blurred my background.
Well, we can't even see you at the moment.
I know, because otherwise you'd be basically watching Photoshop.
Okay. Okay, so what I will say, the only thing I'm sort of going to add from this point of view is the Baron, from your current position, that chanting that you guys have been hearing echoing out throughout this sort of section of this basement has gotten much louder from where you are currently standing. It's very obvious for you that the sound of this chanting is coming from your left, further down the stairs.
Okay.
Loris, something that you've noticed other than your left arm being completely numb is there's just like a faint light coming from over to the east from where that ghoul sort of off to this. I'll ping it for you. Off in this direction here. It's sort of there's
directionally challenged. Sorry.
Yeah, there's just a little bit of light sort of coming off from that sort of direction.
Okay.
So we'll start with the Baron, who's hearing this chanting a lot louder.
Mm.
What's the Baron up to?
Okay. Well, can I hear any other sounds apart from just the chanting direction?
So
can I hear
anything other than the chanting coming from down the stairs? Is that what you're?
Or maybe just distinct voices or anything like that?
No, it just sounds like a dozen or so voices creating this chant, and you still can't really make out much of the of what they're chanting, but you're now certain it's coming from that direction.
I'll lean towards American, who's further down the corridor, and I'll say, "Hey, American, can you hear this? The chanting's down these stairs."
Speaking of American, now we did interpret one of her spells slightly incorrect last week, which ended up with a few of our people taking about 4 points of damage. I think it was 6 points of damage. Yeah. So we're just gonna retcon that. We'll say that you still got thrown back, but there was no damage done by it, because that would just be mean to have you guys damaged by a misinterpretation. So yeah,
do you want to go down the stairs or run away?
So the other thing is, so they've just been chanting this whole time, so they haven't heard the ruckus that we've been making?
It could be their stereo, or
they're too busy chanting to have heard us.
Yeah, and who would live down here with these sort of things? Are they monsters, or do they have a gate locked away from these things, or what?
Don't know. I think we should pursue the source of the chanting.
Pass it on to Morley behind you.
I will do that. I'll he's just jumped over the trap, hasn't he?
Well, he's from our position.
Oh no, I pushed him back with the spell.
Yeah.
Like he didn't fall into the trap.
Yeah.
I'm going to apologize and be like, that doesn't normally happen to me. I usually look much cooler when I'm doing spells, and that one just got a little bit away from me. I was a little bit spooked, and I'm really sorry.
Don't worry about it. Honestly, don't worry about it. I have found myself in situations myself where I've had to say it doesn't normally happen to me, so don't worry about it.
She just doesn't want to look. She's like really embarrassed about looking uncool in front of the new guy. And she's like,
Bill.
But she fills a bit on the chanting regardless.
Yeah, great. Bill, you've noticed Loris kind of like his left arm just dropped to his side now. And you can also, even though you've got dark vision, you can sort of see a lot of what's around you. There is a little bit of light coming from the passage off to your left as well that you've noticed. And you have heard the Baron calling out to American too, talking about whether or not they should go downstairs.
You all right there, Loris? How you doing, Belle?
My arm seems to have stopped working. Not so sure why. Want to have a look?
Does other than his arm, does the rest of him appear fine? Or
Yeah. He kind of turns around with his arm swinging limply at his side, and you notice this open scratch across his arm.
Okay. All right. Well, I hope this helps, and I'll place my hands on him and cast Cure Wounds at level 1 for 8.
Nice. You definitely heal his hit points, and the wound does close up as you lay your hands on them, but his arm remains completely numb.
I feel better, but this seems useless.
Cut it
It's
off.
okay though. I can still use my axe with my right hand.
Can I take a look at that arm there, pal?
Be my
Just
guest.
try to inspect it and see if I can. What I'm trying to do is basically diagnose if I can work out what the issue is.
Yeah, give me a medicine roll.
That'd be a
Oh,
22.
Nice.
yes.
Crit success.
Nice. You know exactly what's causing this. You've heard tales of these these undead that can leave you almost entirely paralyzed, and that you kind of think Loris has come off lightly, but you also know that it's something that wears off in time. So it's not something that needs to be really worried about. You've looked after the wound. It's not going to get worse, but it's just going to be time before it gets better.
Loris, I think that that arm is gonna get better eventually. It's gonna heal up, but it's gonna take some time, pal.
Okay.
Sorry, there's not much I can do. But we do need to be careful around these things. If that was, something more critical than your arm, then that you might not recover from that.
Gotcha. Avoid the ghoulish hands.
Yeah,
Sweet.
just try not to get hit. Basically.
That's not normally my way of doing things.
Yeah, that's why I'm telling you.
Try not to get hit.
Psst. American. Psst. Aaron. Psst. Molly.
I'm going to shuffle towards Bill up the corridor and up the stairs.
I'm willing to come back
Watch out
around.
for these things. They'll paralyze your limbs. They'll paralyze anything it touches. So make like the big guy and don't get touched.
All right, I'm going to write this down. These new undead facts. Numbing agents. I'm going to. Can I see if I can examine one of these dead creatures?
Yeah, what are you trying to...
Do I recognize what kind of a undead it would be?
Yeah, sure. I think you're, being studied in necromancy, I think you recognize it. Now that you're up close with it, you realize it's not one of these zombies that you've dealt with before, but it's actually a ghoul.
Cool.
Yeah. What sort of information have you got there? They're very, very similar to zombies, but they can, as in they are undead. They've got an insatiable hunger for flesh. But these things kind of haunt where it can just gorge on dead or dead flesh or decomposing organs. They don't specifically need live flesh. They're happy to just thrive in the darkest areas where the dead have fallen.
Oh, they like to eat in crypts and things like that.
Yeah.
Do you think, do they just come about spontaneously living in crypts or something? Are they undead that have come up from graves, or has someone
That's a good question. Can you
brought these back to life?
Can you give me an investigation roll?
Okay. Add 7 to this. 6 plus 7.
6 plus 7. Okay, 13.
15.
Yeah, perfect. With a 13, you look around and you've noticed just further down this corridor to your right, sort of down this area, you've noticed these holes that have been look like they've recently been dug up. So it looks like you're putting 2 and 2 together, and you're pretty certain these ghouls have come up from under the ground.
Of their own volition. Do I know if someone would have used a necromancy on them, or
This would have been just a horrible turn of events. It wasn't something caused by someone else.
it's just what happens in tombs. I'm just going to let everyone know that this is just typical tomb stuff.
My God.
This is why I don't like tombs.
It's one of the many reasons.
That's fair.
Yeah.
The other being your height, right, Loris? You're not a big fan of closed spaces?
Not at all.
Yeah.
The old noggin gets hit too often.
Seems like it. Now, do you think we should go downstairs?
Okay. I will say that you've noticed the light sort of coming from that further down that corridor as well. And now that you've moved away from that stairwell, that's sort of the direction, again, it seems like that chanting is just coming from everywhere.
Well, hey everyone, I think that the chanting is coming from downstairs to the west, and I guess, Loris, you can spot that light just to the south. Should we have a look at that just before we go towards the chanting, or
I think so. I'd like to check this potential room out before we head any further and disturb any more of these horrible things.
Up to you.
Right.
Be careful.
I'm just gonna grab my axe in my one hand and sort of stroll very confidently towards the towards that room.
Okay.
And carrying on through.
All right. So you get to the entrance to this big room, and it's just got moldy skeletons hanging from rusty shackles against basically all walls except for that eastern wall there. There's a wide alcove in that that eastern wall, containing this painted wooden statue carved in the likeness of a gaunt, pale-faced man wearing this voluminous black cloak. His pale left hand resting on the head of a wolf that stands next to him. In his right hand, he's holding this smoky grey crystal orb, and it's just emanating just a little bit of light from it. And you can see sort of doors off down to the south, and just through the one that you've just come through as well.
Baron, I think this is more your kind of room. There's skeletons hung on the wall here, so this is probably more your thing. And the statue of this, I don't know. It's more your thing.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in here. I'm not really sure if I got it all. So the skeletons are chained to the walls along here?
Yeah, they're all shackled to the walls, and they're really old. They're moldy. They've been there for what seems like almost an eternity. They're looking very brittle.
I just assumed you were into skeleton games, so you know.
Yeah, you assume right.
It's like, fuck yeah, I am.
But I don't like the looks of what has happened to these people when they're alive. Can I tell if there's some sort of torture room or some sort of sacrifice? It looks like they're on the east. There's these two stars. Are those the statues? Or
The skeletons, you can't really sort of. It looks like they may have just been shackled up and just left there in front of this statue.
And the statue is the man holding the wolf?
Yeah, he's got his left hand resting on this wolf's head that's sitting next to it.
Okay. Well, when I was listening the first time, I misunderstood and thought it was a a picture.
Oh, right. No, big statue.
Just
Sorry.
a statue. And the actual thing he's holding is actually glowing.
It's just got a little subtle glow coming from it. Yeah.
Okay. That looks dangerous to me. What do you think, guys?
I think it looks amazing.
Yeah.
Just a statue with a glowing orb.
What's
Once again, more your thing.
what's American up to while everyone has gone into this room?
That's a good question. I'd probably tag along, I'd say.
Okay.
Gonna react with dismay at the skeletons. Perhaps those were the offerings spoken of in that horrible lettering. Is this the fellow that they've been sacrificed to? Some kind of symbol of this powerful man who they revere?
Yeah. Were they trying to summon the Strahd person, do you think? Who wrote a letter to them and said, doesn't matter how many people you sacrifice in your dungeon,
Yeah.
you didn't do shit.
Yeah. I think yeah. He wasn't impressed.
No.
I
Such
would
a
be,
waste.
Do you think I should examine this glowing sphere that he's holding from a distance?
We think you should maybe give it a tap or a bit of a knock, but don't touch it.
Don't touch it. Can I gingerly walk towards it and see if it will react? Or
Yeah, you can.
I'm wary that it's going to trigger something.
Right,
you know,
right. So you can ready like a dodge or some sort of reaction if you like. If you notice anything go wrong in the room, I guess.
Okay. Yeah.
American, are you like? Do you want to move your token to where your American would be, or?
You can.
You can't?
Tokens are not working.
Okay.
Don't even go there.
Okay, we'll just put you in the room then. Okay, cool. Baron, you walk up to this statue that's holding this orb. Nothing happens. The only thing that you notice that you didn't notice before is that there's just enough light coming from this orb to cast long shadows of everyone up against the walls.
Right.
That's all that you've really noticed.
Because it's so dim in here.
Yeah.
And the wolf, they're all life-sized?
Yeah, it's all life-sized.
I wonder, an orb such as that is often used to gaze upon. I wonder if it's some kind of visual conduit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, can
Or
I try
maybe it's
gazing
just a
into
pretty ornament.
If you give me an Arcana roll, maybe?
Okay.
Can I help?
Sure, do it with advantage.
Okay. So a 3
Yes, dice cam.
plus 7. Oh, a 16 plus 7.
Okay, perfect.
Wee.
You notice that it's not a magical item by any means, other than maybe that it's creating a little bit of light, but it's not magical in any other sense. It could possibly, you think, be used as maybe an arcane focus, but that's about it from this thing. It's maybe just something that was found, thought to have had some big significance and placed in this statue's hand.
Odd.
I'm like, if we're just taking everything,
Well,
use that in my divinations.
yeah. Is anyone good with...
Now we're taking everything.
I mean, it's a ghost town in here, literally.
It is, yeah. Well, I was going to give it back to the children, but you could give this to the children if they're still alive, if they can be returned to life.
You're going to keep the deed to the house, but you'll give them the orb. I mean, they should be thankful, right?
I'll give them cheap rent. Is anyone good with traps?
I can spot a trap from a mile off.
Do you think this is
I can spot a trap from a room away.
Apart from the one that I didn't spot before. A rare feeling from me.
Do you think this is trapped? It just looks odd to me. I think he's just holding it. If I lift it off, is his arm going to fling up and a wolf jump at me or something?
We could always just chop his arm off.
That would desecrate good art.
If this is what you call good.
Could I give it an investigation check, please? I've got pretty good.
Yeah.
Good skill.
Give us an investigation roll.
All right. God damn it.
22. That's a good roll. You step forward to sort of get a closer look at this this orb, and you're taking a look underneath how it's like sitting in the hand of this thing to see if there's any chance that lifting it might cause something. You're looking at whether the statue's got any cracks or anything that might signify that removing any weight from the hand might move something else. That wolf, you give the wolf a sort of a rap with your knuckles, and it's just made of stone, and everything seems to be fine. But the one thing that you noticed is while you were walking towards the orb, that long shadow of yours that's stretching across the room and up the wall, you're not 100% sure it matched your movements. You think it did. But you're not 100% sure.
Does anyone else feel a little bit odd in here? I'm not normally one to say this, but the lighting seems a bit off.
Oh no, off lighting. That's very spooky.
Well, you might laugh, but I've seen some terrible lighting situations in my time.
And I'm genuinely kind of like quite suspicious now and looking around at all the other shadows on the ground.
All of the others, now that you're really looking at them, they all seem to be just normal shadows from what you can tell. Loris is carrying Lightbringer as well. He's brought Lightbringer into this room. And despite that extra bit of light, those shadows remain from that dimly lit orb.
That is kind of odd.
Shannon, you might need to refresh your browser, by the way, because you're just sitting there connecting. So you could be saying some amazing things, and none of us have heard them.
That would be disappointing.
Yeah. Here he is. He's back.
I was saying some amazing things.
Oh,
I know.
No,
I know.
I knew it.
utterly missed
Yeah,
it.
that's
Solved
why
the
I had no
mystery.
idea that I was frozen.
Summarize
wow.
for us.
Well, apparently these shadows on the skeletons, they don't move. And I guess I'm noticing that now. Maybe they're drawings. What do you think, Morley? Do you think they're drawings? They're just
Drawings?
sketched down? They're not real shadows?
I wouldn't have thought so. They look distinctly shadowy to me, but not your typical shadow. Not your average shadow.
Because they're just against the wall, right?
Yeah.
Are the pillars casting shadows?
Yeah, the pillars are casting shadows as well.
Can I rub my foot on it?
On the shadow, or
On the shadow, yeah. Because I've got light as well, and I can, on my staff,
yeah.
I can move it around, and it's not getting rid of the shadows.
So
Is that right?
you walk up to your own shadow up that's being projected up against. It's going across the ground in a perfect line from the orb behind you and up against the wall, and it's matching your movement as you walk up close to it with this light that you're carrying. And you just rub your foot across the wall where the shadow is cast, and the shadow matches perfectly, and you're just feeling that sort of rocky, clayish wall.
I guess I don't understand. What is wrong with these shadows? Why am I suspicious?
I saw something, man. I saw something.
What did you say? I don't even know.
I looked
They
back.
look fine.
I looked back, and the shadow on the wall, it was not... It's hard to explain, man, but... it was a real ghouly kind of shadow.
I trust him. Something wrong here.
Ghouly. Yeah.
I could just break the orb, and that would solve the shadow problem.
Would it?
No.
I'm more than happy
don't
to
want that.
break the orb.
I'm going to write my
You
name
can
under
have
the
your...
orb.
you got a notepad to put underneath it. How about I smash the arm and
No!
can you catch the orb as it drops?
We don't
Why are you
need to
smashing?
desecrate art.
I think Loris wants to smash.
A lovely statue of a very handsome man. Why would you smash it?
I'm going to pull this skeleton's feet.
Call it an inferiority complex.
I'm just going to stretch him out so then he can be freed of his chains.
You just grab onto this skeleton's ankles and pull, and just the knee bones just separate from the rest of it. You've just now just kind of got its lower leg.
They're connected to the thigh bones.
Yeah, they
So,
are.
so desecrating a skeleton is better than desecrating a statue.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Nope.
Oh.
I wasn't desecrating. I was just stretching him out.
Just seeing how he was.
As you hold his 2 legs in your hand.
Morley, what's up?
Where's Scallywag?
Scallywag
He
is I'll go, I forgot you guys had a little dog following behind you. He's also in the room, but he hasn't entered. He's just behind Bill at the moment, still in that corridor next to Bill.
I'm gonna whistle for Scallywag. Scallywag boy, come here.
And he just comes
Take a look.
just comes bolting into the room and sort of just runs up his little sausage dog legs as fast as it can carry him. He just runs up and he's just running a little circle around you before sitting down next to you and just leaning up against one of your legs.
I give him an ear scratch, and then I kind of point at the wolf and say, "You see anything weird, boy?"
This is when you see something weird. I'm going to continue using that investigation roll you did because it was so high. Scallywag isn't casting any shadow across, not from the orb, the direction of the orb. He's getting his shadows cast from all the other light sources in the room.
I'm going to look up at everyone else and go, "Do you remember my comments about the shadows? Well, look down here now. Would you not expect to be seeing a shadow from that dog?"
Yeah, sausage-shaped shadow. What the fuck?
Should I smash that?
Don't smash the dog.
Don't smash the dog.
What's Bill up to?
I think so. Bill's standing at the door, and I think Gary went to go follow Baron in. And
Gary's back at the crossroads.
Is he just staying there?
Yeah,
Oh,
protecting.
Okay. In that case, I wasn't so worried about these shadows before. I was more worried about the fact that we're in this creepy fucking dungeon. But now that dog isn't casting a shadow, I suggest we maybe get out of here. Grab the bauble if you want, American.
I'm scared of it now.
Yeah, me too. What's to the
Just
south
wanna-
here? Oh, sorry.
It's just sort of a small entranceway to the south that curls around into a small corridor, ending at a wooden door.
Okay. Sorry, American. What were you saying?
Oh, nothing.
You want that bauble, I can tell.
I wanted it if it was a normal one. I don't want a haunted one.
Oh my god.
I think Loris is still just itching to smash it to pieces.
Oh, what Loris is going to do is take 3 steps towards the statue. He's going to grab the. I just remembered I've only got one arm. He's going to grab the bauble, toss it to American, and smash the arm.
As he's doing that, I am running back to Gary. Because
Back to Gary.
I can see the Goliath moving to smash something that I am very suspicious of. I'm out.
So all of you see Loris picking up his axe in one hand. Oh, the Lightbringer. He's holding up his mace, and just slowly paces towards the statue.
Bear in mind, I'm tossing the orb to American first.
Totally.
That will not be destroyed.
Totally. What is everyone doing while Loris paces towards this statue? So, Baron, you're out of there. You've just run.
I'm running back to Gary.
Mm-hmm.
Back in the northwest.
I'm just fumble to catch the orb and open my mouth to say, don't do anything, as he smashes it.
No. All right.
Yeah, in slow motion, like.
Okay. Morley.
Morley hasn't spent a lot of time around Laura, so he doesn't really know what to expect. So I'm kind of just dumbfounded, just standing there watching him go for it.
Okay, cool. Bill.
I draw my rapier and step forward, ready for whatever happens next.
Okay, so Loris, you reach forward and grab onto this orb, and you just sort of nonchalantly just toss it over your shoulder towards American. The Baron, you've just run for the exit the moment you saw Loris heading towards it. And you noticed that your shadow stops at the wall as you run through the corridor past it. It's like you've left your shadow in this room, and everyone that, if they were looking, would see that that was the case as well. But no one is looking because they're following that arc of that ball down into Mirakin's hands.
So you're saying I don't have a shadow when I'm out here?
You've got your normal shadow cast from your normal
but
light
another
source.
shadow is left in
The
there.
shadow that was cast from that orb originally. As that ball traverses the air, everyone in that room, your shadows move across the walls as to perfectly reproduce where your shadows would be if this orb was casting enough light. And it lands in Mirakin's hands. And the moment it lands in Mirakin's hands, all of your shadows take form and move and separate themselves from the walls.
Shadow
Except for mine.
No, yours does. Yours does too.
But mine's still in the room.
It's still in the room. It was left in the room. So I just need to.
Gary.
Sorry, I just need to move you a little bit, Bill, because right behind you is one of these shadows as well. Do I need to move anyone else? There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 of you plus. Oh no, that was it. I had an extra one there just in case old Gary had gone into the room. So you've got these 5 shadows that are now taken form in front of you, and I'm going to need, as I'm sure you're all aware, a roll of initiative.
Not yet.
Rolled a 20.14.
I rolled a 10.
I rolled a 5.
I rolled a 22.16.
Did you click your token though? No, because you don't have
I did.
20 or something.
I did click it.
Oh, okay. So what have you got? 22 point.
22.16.
All right, I'll chuck that 16 in there.
Just say 22, maybe.
Hey, the numbers don't lie. Mirakin, it is your turn. You've got, you're facing towards Loris, and you've noted you've caught this thing. And something catches your eye to your left, and you just see Bill's shadow separating from him and entering the room. And you can feel a presence behind you as well as looking out to seeing 3 other shadows of your comrades now in physical form in this room.
She's in the middle of screaming, "You stupid loud!" as she sees the shadows emerging, and then as soon as that catches her eye, she starts screaming, "Oh, spirits! The shadows are alive!" and spins on her heel to take in the room around her. Yikes.
Yikes.
That's going to be a yikes officially.
The kids call it a big yikes.
Yeah. I'm gonna on instinct slam my staff down and go for a thorn whip on the closest one to me.
So you've got 2 that are close.
The one next to Bill.
Okay, cool.
And they've rolled a 21
Yeah, nice.
for 6 piercing damage.
Okay, cool.
Maybe.
Your thorn whip manages to wrap around a bit of one of these of this creature, this shadow next to you. Now you can pull someone up to 10 feet closer, but it's already pretty close. And the thorn whip catches on it, and then just for a moment before dropping through it and passing through. So you've damaged it, but you're not really sure how much you've damaged it.
Incorporeal freaks.
And this thing is just still almost mimicking Bill's movements, although it is now standing solid in the room.
Oh no. I have to figure out if I've been able to pocket that damn orb, or if I'm like, what the hell am I doing?
Yeah, you can pocket it. You can pocket it if you like.
I don't know if I want to. It's clearly haunted.
Anything else from Mirakin?
No.
All right, cool. Bill, over to you.
I don't trust you, guy. You seem kind of shady, and he needs to save.
Oh, we lost Shannon again. He's dropping in and out.
What's the pun?
The joke wasn't that bad. He didn't have to quit.
Why it is the key.
So is it a wisdom throw?
Yeah.
You rolled a 15.
I
Trying to remember if it's.
think 15 is the number.
All right, so he's saved then.
8 plus 3 is 11. Plus. 14 is the number, so yeah, he's saved.
Okay, yeah. So all right, he's saved. Anything
Nice shot.
anything else from Bill?
No, that's all I can do.
Morley, you're now seeing these. Having already sort of been quite skeptical of what these shadows were, you're seeing now that your initial reaction was correct. You've got these 5 solid formed shadows now that are in the room and approaching.
All right, I'm just gonna yell out, "I told you! I warned you, wizard!" And then this is gonna seem kind of weird, but I've got like a little pouch of kombucha on my side.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kind of like flip the top off and then like throw like the kombucha like in the headspace of the one just in front of American here, like right in the kind of eye region.
Okay. Is that a weapon, or is that what have you got that set up as?
Nothing.
Okay.
It's just it's just inventory. I'm just trying to essentially throw some liquid on.
Okay, yeah,
in
cool.
its eyes.
All right, give us a roll to hit. Just give us a D20 plus your let's say Dex.
Plus 2.
Okay,
so
yeah.
16.
Perfect. You try and like turf just a bit of this kombucha over this thing, this shadow. Most of it falls through it, but you do manage to. You still see beads of it caught in whatever this thing is made of.
Mm-hmm. I want to use my bonus action to kind of hide over here.
Okay. When you say hide, do you mean like the?
Not hide.
Okay,
I
cool.
just mean kind of move away out of striking distance.
You were next to American, or is that where you were?
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it is going to open up an attack of opportunity from the one that you splashed with water. So
Kombucha, not water.
oh, sorry, yeah, kombucha.
Yes.
I mean, sorry.
Got a scurvy.
So let's have a look, see how this goes. They rolled an 8. I was going to do it with disadvantage as well, since you've kind of flustered it with that turfing of kombucha. But it sort of reaches out and just misses you as you dart across the room. Mm-hmm. It is now the shadow's turn. Oh, Shannon?
Does Gary get an initiative? Or will he just go on my
we'll
turn
just
this
say we'll
time?
just put him with you. I think would be the
Cool.
easiest way to do that. So these shadows just move in, surrounding both American and Loris. Loris, 2 of them are going to reach out and try and attack you. So it's going to roll a couple of times. One of them rolled a 20.
Oh, that's a hit.
And the other rolled a 12.
That's a miss.
Okay, so this creature to the south of you, so the one at the bottom of the screen there, he reaches out and you just feel yourself feeling quite sick with just its hand up against your chest, and you take 14 points of necrotic damage.
Ow!
But also, and this is probably not the best part,
Your other arm goes.
your strength score is reduced by 3.
Oh, come on!
So what is your strength score? It must be like 16,
Apparently 18.
So that goes down to 15.
That's not nice.
Does his muscles, do they like shrink?
There's just a visible shrinking of your muscle mass, Loris. You're feeling a lot less stronger than you might normally. Bill, the creature next to you reaches out and a shadowy hand rolls a 17.
I believe a 17 is Matches my armor class, so yes, it's a hit.
It does 11 necrotic damage to you as it reaches into you. And you lose 4 points of strength to your strength score.
Ouch.
Mirakin, you have 2 of these shadows reaching out towards you as well. The first one rolled a 22, and the second one rolled an 18.
Those are both hits.
You have taken 18 points of necrotic damage,
Whoa.
and your strength score takes a hit of 6 points.
Oh, okay.
You are all feeling, except for the Baron of Morley, are all feeling much weaker than you've ever felt before.
Did you say I lost 18?
You lost 18 points of hit points of necrotic damage.
Okay. Yikes.
Loris, it's your turn.
What the fuck? Sorry, that just took me back a bit. So, so yeah, and I've lost my voice. Sorry, you've just stunned me completely.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
But you got an orb.
Hey, you got an orb. The American wants the orb.
Very
that was my
kind.
primary focus was American getting the orb and smashing this statue, which I have not yet done. So I'm still facing the statue, but I've obviously been attacked from behind and the side. Yeah. Did you say that these shadows looked like us, like had our form?
No, they sort of match the size and shape of everyone that was in this room before.
Okay. All right. So feeling a little bit weaker and a bit kind of wobbly on it, and sort of just a bit shaken, and my arm's still numb as fuck, and I still, literally one-armed, and now feeling a third of the man I was. I'm still a bit peeved. Very peeved now, very annoyed, just a little bit ticked off. So I'm just going to turn around and face this guy here.
Okay.
And staring at him deep in the eyes. I'm just going to look at him and I'm going to whisper to him, "By the blood of Luca," and that will rage me on. And I'll go, there you go. Hey,
well, hey, I like the idea that Lars is like, hey,
happy rage, right? It's happy rage. It's always happy rage.
Hey.
I'm just going to say I don't enjoy doing this, what I'm about to do, but I love you. Anyway, so with Lightbringer one-armed, I'm just going to swing wildly at this thing with my 2 attacks.
Okay.
And see what happens. Where am I? Sorry, I'm just trying to find it. There I am. Ragey Mace, 1 and 2. So the first attack is an 18, second attack is a 13.
Okay, that first attack hits. What sort of damage is that? Bludgeoning, is it?
It is bludgeoning damage, doing 6.
Yeah, cool. So you feel it kind of connect, but also sort of pass through. You've hurt it, but again, you're not really 100% sure how much damage you've really done to it. So you couldn't be certain you've done that full damage. Anything else from Loris?
No, sort of breathing a bit heavier and sort of feeling a bit woozy. But yeah, anyone within, any. I try to remember what my rage does, but basically anything within 5. If you're taking anything with a melee weapon within 5 feet of me, you get advantage on.
If anyone takes an enemy that's within 5 feet of you, they get advantage. Cool. Yeah. Baron, over to you. You've heard a hell of a commotion coming from that room now.
Yeah, and massive damage. I've seen them take massive damage, and there's all these shadows arriving, and I've seen Loris being attacked in his glutes and his triceps shrivel.
Yeah.
That's not all the truth.
Okay.
Oh no!
Wasn't going to mention it.
It's like 3 years on steroids. but in the wrong place.
You just see the loincloth like drooping a little bit more than normal. He's like,
It's like he's wearing a
Well, it's
diaper
just-
now. There's like extra space.
His loincloth becomes smaller. Okay. I didn't expect to see that, but
I mean, you've seen
I'm
it
going to-
before. You've seen it before.
I have not
You
In
seen
you
it.
Lost
see it every
Mine
day,
of
it's just
Fandelver,
how-
you got a little
Yeah.
distracted by what you saw and accidentally iced
Right.
him in the nuts.
I couldn't see it. That's why I hit it.
So if
Great shot.
anyone here notices a difference, Baron,
It would have
it's
to be a
going to
great
be
shot.
you.
Okay. Well, I'm going to scream.
Okay, good.
And
I think that's
and then
appropriate.
Yeah.
I'm going to just yell for everyone to get out of there right now. Kill this one, cut your way through it, and escape. And I'm going to cast a magical spell somewhere called Rope Trick. Oh, I can see why I'm not. I'm on Gary's fucking
Right.
list.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. Rope Trick.
What does road trick do?
Well, I'm going to grab a rope out of my pocket, out of my backpack, and throw it up into the air,
Mm.
and it sticks into the air, and I'm going to say, climb up the rope to safety.
Do you need a certain amount of space for that? Because it says
No, just where you are.
one end of the rope then rises into the air until the whole
Mhm.
rope hangs perpendicular to the ground. And it's a 60-foot long rope.
No, it's just any part of the
Okay.
rope. I've got a short rope for it,
Okay.
but it just goes zzz, like
Cool.
that. Because you can do it really tall, I
Yeah,
think,
right.
but you can also do it short. And it basically makes a portal that the rope is going
Right,
into.
gotcha. Okay.
And I'm going to point up to everyone, get up the rope before you get killed. And I'm going to try and get Gary to run down here to protect the rope and me. Just in front of me, he's going to run past me and attack the guy that's between Gary and Bill. And I think, does he get
Flanked.
You do.
flanked?
You do. But I just want to say I did warn you that I had created another one should
Okay,
Gary
yeah.
enter the room. So he
Yeah.
enters this room, and the shadow that you that wasn't there before appears and forms.
Where does that appear? Like to
Um,
the south, right?
I've put him sort of to the south there, just because that's where he can really only fit right now.
This place is full of shadows,
Yeah.
and they're doing 18 damage per hit.
Yeah.
So
But roll to hit for Gary,
okay, so I think he's a +4.
and this is with his short sword. Yeah, so this is
Yeah.
slashing damage.
Yep. Okay, so what's that? Oh, it's with advantage, right? A 3,
Yeah,
and then a 5
Yeah.
+4, it's 9.
it's not enough. It's not enough, unfortunately. Instead of swiping out and cackling like the skeleton he is, he just swipes out and goes, "Oh." He swipes through it. But I will say the wall that it hits, so just to the north of that shadow,
Mhm.
the wall that it hits has a strange hollow sound to it.
Oh, dong.
Yeah, not one that you would expect from these rock walls that surround us. Yeah, just a that's the one.
Oh shit!
Okay. Anything else from the Baron and Gary?
Yeah, I'm just implicitly yelling at everyone to kill this guy to the north, run past him, and up the rope.
It is Murikin's
possible.
turn.
So if I attack that guy that's flanked at the moment, do I get advantage too?
Yeah, yes.
All right. So she heeds. She's damaged within an inch of her life. Like she is looking extremely ill. And she heeds his warning and uses the last of her strength to whip out with a thorn whip on the guy that's flanked. And rolls incredibly poorly, I think.
Yeah, unfortunately.
I roll a 12.
Unfortunately, both of those things just pass through this. It doesn't seem to catch on anything like your last attack did. Both of them just whoosh, and it just misses.
Yeah.
You can still squeeze through, though, right? There's a gap.
You could use your movement to squeeze through. It would be classified as difficult terrain, and you would take, by the time you start climbing the rope, you will take a opportunity attack from one of the shadows.
I've actually got a plan for that.
Oh, Shannon just disappeared. He's got not a very good condition internet connection today. Is he back? Is he back? Maybe not. You might
keep the rope warm for me.
It's just refreshing again. What was your plan of attack?
For my bonus action, I'm going to be like, Baron's right, they're too strong. And she wraps herself in the air. She does I like to think she has like a cool move where she like drapes her cloak across herself and dissolves into the air.
Mm-hmm.
And Misty steps to the top of the rope. She's like, I'm out.
Fucking out of there. Just out.
I'm out,
yeah.
bitches.
Out of Dodge.
You may have missed that, Shannon, but Americans Misty stepping the shit out of there.
Good thinking.
Yeah. So
I'm on that rope.
Yeah, so you Misty step out, and does there have to be somewhere you can see that you can Misty step to? Or are you holding onto the rope, just climbing up?
I'm going to Misty step to the top of the rope,
okay, cool.
I guess.
Cool. It's inside this little room, I guess.
But she's in extremely poor shape. She's ragged.
Do you want to explain what American sees in this room, Shannon?
Oh, it's not. I don't know if you've ever seen I Dream of Jeannie.
Yeah.
But when you go into the Genie's bottle, there's like a nice sort of pink room with cushions.
Oh, nice.
And in the middle, I guess it's a bit of a portal. You can look out and see what's happening, but they can't see in.
Right.
Oh, shoot. I just realized something.
What's that?
When I forgot that my Misty Step has cool special powers now.
So what is? It doesn't have it now. It's had it for like the entire.
Yeah, I'm in spring season, which means I can touch someone and step them with me.
Oh.
Can I grab Bill by the arm?
You can. He's within grabbing range.
It has to be willing.
Billy, you.
Oh, wait. This is a case of Joe not reading the rules very well.
Okay.
We don't. I'm trying.
Okay, so
don't mock.
So you teleport them.
This game is extremely complicated.
Teleport them instead of you, right?
Yes, it's instead of me.
So.
Screw that, I'm almost dead. Never mind. You're on your own.
Bill, what you see is like Mira can reach out to grab you, and then she pulls her arms back and whips this thing and just disappears.
No, don't even make that. That's mean DM canon.
Did you leave like
Yeah, when you were away, you didn't hear this when you were off, but I said I'm out, bitches.
Yeah, just under your breath.
But I actually didn't say that.
Oh my God.
It's canon. It's going to be in the next recap.
No,
that's not. Okay, American, you're in a safe space. You're
for now.
What that did do, however, at the moment you left that room, one of the shadows disappeared. It just kind of melded back onto that wall and disappeared. Bill, over to you.
So this guy's still flanked, yeah?
Yes.
How does he look? Does he appear to have, like, I know he's taken some damage, but does he just appear the same as he always did, or?
There's no way you could tell how damaged these shadows are. They just look like shadows in the same physical space as you.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to cast a magical spell.
Yay.
It's called Suggestion.
Okay.
And hey, buddy, do you mind just stepping aside for me, just for a moment, and maybe stop your fellow shadows from ripping into me? That'd be swell.
What do we have to roll for this?
So he needs to be a blah 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 blah. A wisdom save, and he needs to beat. I had my number wrong before. He needs to beat not that much. Sorry, a 15.
Okay. Now, the specific part of this spell is that the target can hear and understand you. This creature doesn't understand a word you're saying.
All right.
Anything else from Bill?
That's it for now, but I do have reactions.
Okay. Morley, over to you.
Yeah. Okay. Molly's a little spooked by the whole affair. He's gonna try to make a dash for that kind of the Baron's hard rope. The rope that's sticking up into the into the ceiling. There's like a portal, is there? It just kind of looks like it disappears.
It seems like the top of the rope is shimmering, but you can't see in anything. You just see the roof or whatever, but it disappears at the top.
All right. I'm going to draw my rapier and take a running jab at the one in front of Bill, trying to like get my rapier to stick in. Sorry, my short sword. That's what I'm going to do.
And roll a second time. Give us. You're rolling with advantage. Okay, great. You charge through and just slam your sword directly into this shadow creature in front of Bill. Your sword passes straight through it and hits that same bit of wall, and it has that same sort of hollow echo. Yeah, that's the one. And this thing just sort of dissipates, just evaporates, and is gone.
Cool. I want to. Do I have? I suppose I've used my action now, haven't I? I can't jump onto the rope or anything.
Yeah, you could still continue movement through and move up the rope. You've still got all your you've still got like 20 foot of movement you can use. So
cool. I want to try and jump onto the rope and give it the old gym class.
Yeah, cool. So you push past Gary, fearful for your life, and start making your way up this rope. And just as you pass that shadow creature, it does just try and reach out with you at you with one arm. And what's your AC?
15.
Okay, I'm going to give you, because I'm going to say you're in 3/4 cover, which is adding 5 to it. But he still rolled a 21.
Whoa.
And it did 6 necrotic damage to you. A little less than it's done to some others. And you do lose 1 point to your strength score as well. But you've made it up this rope and into this I Dream of Genie world that the Baron has created. And it is the Shadow's turn once more. Loris, they've just left you. And these
So I've noticed.
And these 3 shadows around you all just reach out all at the same time. Aiming to put their hands just into your chest.
Nice touches only. Come on, what the fuck?
And they haven't rolled. They haven't rolled nicely.
No, they haven't.
They've rolled a 19, an 18, and a 19. Bill.
All of those hits.
I just had a reaction on one of them.
Yep.
I was going to call out and say, "Don't make me throw shade at you." It's cutting words, and so they get reduced. Their attack, one of their attack rolls, like I guess the first one, gets reduced by one of my bardic inspiration dice.
Oh yeah, cool.
Which I will roll now. I believe it's a D6 still. No, it's a D8.
Nice.
Level 5, baby.
Power of 5.
4. One of them is reduced by 4.
Okay, so that first one is reduced to 15.
That's a miss.
That's a miss. Good, good. The next one of the 18 and 19 are both hits. Yeah, and that does 20 necrotic damage to Loris.
Loris is not looking pretty.
And you're
Not even look pretty. Fuck.
And what's your strength score at now?
Currently 15.
You're going to drop that by 6.
Oh, come on.
Hey, we're strength buddies now, Lois.
Baron's just
happy about
flexing
that.
at him.
Hell.
So, Loris, you are like skin and bone right now.
Hey,
He's feeling really not happy.
Yeah. The shadow standing next to Gary
don't you dare.
tries to just hold on to his bones. Rolling a 23.
Oof.
Doing 5 necrotic damage.
All right. Luckily, Gary had not lost that full amount. So, how much was it?
5. He loses 5. But he also loses 3 to his strength score.
What?
What is that? What is that feeling down to? Like, how strong is Gary?
Very, very strong. He's stronger than Loris, at least.
Now.
Who is it? He's normally strength 10.
Okay, so he's
So minus 3.
minus 3 is 7. So he is actually weaker than Loris now.
Okay.
All right.
Well, now.
Now he is.
Now.
It
Yeah.
wasn't moments ago.
Technically.
Loris, it's your turn.
Yeah. Loris is feeling very, very lightheaded. He's like, oh, this is not good. He's like kind of just standing there a bit woozy. His left arm's still not functioning, I assume. Like very basically barely able to hold his 7-foot frame because he's now skin and bone. So he's just like a bit shaken on it. And because he's still raging, he's not really in any mindset to run. And I've just remembered that I have an inspiration dice from Bill a while back from last episode. So I believe I'm going to use that.
What were the rules on the inspiration? How long does that last, John?
That's what I can't remember.
Bardic inspiration lasts like an hour
10 minutes?
or 10 minutes or something?
It lasts 10 minutes.
Do we know when you got that? That was when you were fighting the ghouls. I'll allow it.
That
I'll
was
say
good.
we're in the last few seconds of that, but I'm going to allow it.
Thank God for that. Yeah, so I'm going to use it. I can't remember what it allows me to use. Okay. I get a D6 on something, or is it a D8?
D8 now.
D8. On any... Yay! So it's an added D8 to an attack roll, yeah?
To any roll? It's either a attack
Any
roll
roll.
or a like a check, right?
So one ability check, attack roll, saving throw.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you can wait until after you roll a d20 before deciding whether or not you're going to spend it. So you can roll a d20 for your attack and be like, I'm going to bump that up.
Yeah, all right. So I'm just going to attack. First off, I'm going to attack this guy here, but I'm not. I want to kind of want to push him out of the way just so I can like shove him away, so I can actually sort of just push and then like maybe make an escape at some point. So I'm not going to attack him with my mace. I just want to kind of just push him out of the way, and maybe just push this one here into the wall.
You know that's going to be a
So-
strength check, right?
Yeah, I'm aware of that, and that's why I intend on using my D8 to add to that. All right?
Okay, yeah, cool.
Had thought about that. Yeah, so I want to grapple that guy and push him towards the wall just so I can kind of disengage and get out of his
Right.
way.
So, if you grapple someone, you can their movement turns to 0 and they move where you move. So, by all means,
Right.
we can do a grapple.
Okay, cool. So it's just a strength roll, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, this is going to be embarrassing. Lowest strength roll I've ever. Oh my, it's a 14.
And the shadow just dodges out of the way as you reach out to grab it. It saw it coming. Unfortunately.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Does that count as one attack?
That counts as your action.
Action completely.
Yeah. So you've got
Okay.
a bonus action?
I don't know what I can do with bonus action. There's not a lot I can do. Fuck.
You can bring out a weapon.
Not with his left. Not with his left arm.
Not with my left arm. I can't. I'm
No.
one-handed at the moment.
You've still got your movement.
Mm.
All right. Well, what we'll do while you're thinking, Dave, we'll go to a 5-minute break for this. This is pretty tense.
Have a break now.
Yeah.
Right now, I'll be back.
A
Yeah.
5-minute break. It was a good time as well because we just got raided by Hello Miss Potter with a party of 16. So thanks for the raid.
Had a host earlier on by someone
I
as well.
know. I feel bad whenever we're playing because we're recording the podcast at the same time. I can't really stop and sort of say hi to people as it all happens. But what I can do is I can go through and take a look at everything that's happened since we started tonight. We got the Talk Crit Get Hit raid, brought in a party of 11, which was fantastic. We had a Deranate.
Excuse me? Talk Crit Get Hit is a cool name.
It's incredibly cool. It's a very cool name.
I give it the thumbs
It
up.
is, yeah. I don't know if they're still around, but it's an incredibly cool name. Adiranati? Adiranate? I don't know. They gave us a follow, which is awesome. Thank you for the follow. Jackalope gave us another subscription. That's 8 months in a row. There's only 3 of us. We'll wait till everyone else gets back, and then we'll do the subscription dance. Void 1793 followed us. Gentle Foxy followed us. Run You Fool followed us. Grand Master Owl, and obviously Hello Miss Potter's now given us a raid, and Death Kill Kong is following us as well. Thank you guys all for your support. It's incredibly nice of you guys. Wyomaris has given us a follow as well. Yeah, we said Foxy. Thank you for the follow, Foxy. We've had some seriously awesome support from everyone. If you're liking what we're doing and you've just popped in and you want to see more, stick around. We're just going to take a quick 5 to 10 minute break while people get drinks, while you can go get a drink as well, maybe. But hit follow because that makes us feel really good. We hit 400 subscribers, not subscribers, if only 400 followers last week. And so now we're up to the run up to 500. So be part of that if you can.
All that necrotic damage made my ear fall off.
Yeah, so that was. I kind of want to wait till everyone gets back so we can talk about that fight because it's been pretty brutal.
I messed up.
Yeah.
I almost died from that one hit.
Oh, really? We'll talk about that
Yeah.
soon. We'll talk about that very soon.
Okay.
If you like what we've been doing as well and you wanted to see where this has all come from, we've got a YouTube channel which has all of last campaign as well as the last 3 sessions of this campaign available on our YouTube. As well, we're trying to keep pace with the podcast, so they're also available, the first 3 sessions available on podcast format wherever you get podcasts. We're everywhere. We're trying to spread out and get everyone everywhere. Yeah, so this was a bit of a death room for you guys.
This
Little
place
bit.
is nuts.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
And again, this was designed for designed for level 2 characters.
Wow.
And you
But
scooped
did
it
you
up
scale
to
it up?
Did I scale it up? How
Don't tell us your tricks.
Yeah, I won't tell you the tricks.
It would be
Level
pretty
2, even-
embarrassing if level 5s are getting wasted by something that should be handled by level 2.
I mean, that's fair.
Jeez. They did
It's
roll
just-
incredibly well, though.
They have rolled
Yeah.
insanely well.
This sounds like one of those rooms where a level 2 character would just run.
Yeah. I mean, Baron, that's exactly what
Baron.
He has the right
Baron, he was
idea.
out.
Yeah. He saw
think he
me
was
do
the
my
smart
thing
one.
and just bolted.
I'm picturing a really emaciated Loris now, just like with Lightbringer at one side, like almost hard
Like
to
little in
lift,
the
you
arms,
know?
I can't lift my fucking mace. I'm like, oh, come on.
Yeah, Pericles83 said he doesn't think it's necessarily that they're supposed to be handled by level 2 characters. Which is probably
I'm going to stop looking at the chat just in case there's spoilers.
yeah,
but-
yeah.
You tell us if there's stuff that you can say.
I think that's safe enough to say. Like, it's the same, right? If you, depending on your crew and what you guys have got to play with, something can either be handled or not, really. And this was definitely a hard one.
I'm tossing up on whether I can afford to actually do any spells, you know?
Oh, right.
Which I think is why it annoys me so much whenever I waste a spell slot on something that's quite passive. I feel like it might inadvertently kill us all because I don't have any spells left in battles.
Oh, we're doing small foods.
Ooh, tiny food.
We've done a flip from big foods to small foods this time.
Oh, it's tiny cupcakes. It's awesome.
Those look amazing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Did you make those?
Yeah. They were a cancelled order for my partner's work, and so she got them sent to our house.
Oh, that's
So we've got all these
awesome.
mini cupcakes that I've just been fucking gorging on. Like
Oh,
regular.
nice. I think it's food show and tell time because Reagan has something else I'm going to go grab.
Excuse you.
Is it massive?
Since we're talking about large foods,
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. I
No,
think
we pivoted to tiny foods.
that's right.
No, that's why you've
Show
come.
off our coffee. That's a lot of
Wow.
coffee.
It's a big bag of coffee
There's
beans.
a big bag.
Good man.
Show the food, you get a subscriber. We've learned our lesson.
Show the food, you get a subscriber. Are you listening? You show the food. And you listen. We've also. No, we don't have any more large foods. I don't think. But talking about
What are you talking about?
subscribers.
We need more large foods.
Large food, get a subscriber.
Yeah.
We'll even accept YouTube subscribers. So, like I said, we've got that YouTube account as well, which is going strong.
Well, do we need a demonstration of how to eat a feijoa the proper way?
The savage way.
Savage way, no.
I
Savage
just
is
feel
Just
like Baron needs it.
I reckon you don't even use your hands. I reckon you just go up to a tree and start chewing.
Like out of a trough.
Yeah.
I just put it in a bowl and I just put it on the bowl on the ground and he has to try and eat it like a cat.
Yeah. And I end up I just play with it. I end up just knocking it around the kitchen floor for half an hour.
Yeah, he insists on it though, so I just have to film it.
And he only eats off the skin and leaves the middle.
And then he just puts it in the bin.
Yeah. And the worst thing is if she doesn't do it, I get up on the counter and just start knocking things off until she does.
And I get my spray bottle out. It's a whole thing.
It's a whole thing. Yeah.
Well, you got 4 weeks to get off.
Yeah.
It's day one.
Bit of cat role play passes the time. I've said too much.
Revealing a little too much of your after hours.
You don't want to know how that cattail attaches. Don't.
Oh,
Oh god, no!
someone's been looking on was it Amazon. Remember when I was looking for masks for Loris, and then it just completely fucked my entire algorithm. And every time I went on Amazon, it was just all GIMP masks and
That's great. You're like, we've got you.
Oh yeah.
We know what you're
Blame Loris for this one. You were just trying to find a reason for them to continue showing up.
yeah.
It's all my fault that you've got
Finally.
gift masks on your way, along with now probably adverts for cattail plugs.
Yeah.
Hello, Miss Potter says that she always thought it was show pets and get subscribers. Well, we've learned it's show large food because I think every time we showed one
Or
last
small
week.
food.
We haven't had one for small food, so I don't know.
Oh.
I don't
So
know.
it's large food.
So it's definitely large food.
Oh, like,
It's a shock.
when people make those tiny pancakes and stuff, like super tiny like those Japanese kits.
Oh, yeah, those are fantastic.
I love those. But does this count as large food or tiny food? Because individually it's beans.
Exactly.
So
That's
it's kind of both.
True.
that's why we havenly had a subscriber when you showed it. Because
It's too confusing. I'm
too
sorry.
confusing.
Conceptually, it's all off.
Can you go through and see if there's one particularly robust bean in the bag?
Yeah.
I think the Fire uses Arabica.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wellington coffee jam.
Oh.
we had
A little coffee bird joke.
Gentle Foxy said
Got it.
they've never played D&D at all. They only learnt about it about 5 years ago and has still not played. Man, I think I only learnt.
That makes me sad.
I've only learnt about D&D like 4 years ago
Last
now,
week.
John. Last week, and I'm doing great. No, I think John playing Bill is the one that introduced me to D&D. It must have been 4 years ago now. Must have been something like 4 years ago, I think.
Yeah.
Just so long ago.
He introduced me to it 6 months ago. He's like a mission.
Yeah. He knocked on your door, didn't he? With a little tie.
Hello.
Have you
Was
seen
it
my
Good word
You heard
on
the
our
good
Lord
word,
and
yeah.
Savior, Bahamut. Praise be unto Gygax.
So good.
What else have we got?
Oh, show a pet, you get a subscriber, actually. Here's our latest pet. His name is Scallywag.
Aw.
Oh.
Yay!
The
He's a
papa.
little He's a little scamp.
Exactly how I imagined him.
He's
Oh,
adorable.
he's such a good boy.
And he
We
also
must
looks
protect him.
he looks slightly haunted as well. Like, because he's in a dungeon,
Yes,
right?
he's seen
He's like, I don't want to see this shit.
things. Yeah.
I should probably add that it was probably likely that Morley picked up Scallywag as he ran out of the room, I think.
Oh, what a relief.
Scallywag.
I'd just like to say that's not canon. I left him there to die.
You're like, don't put words in my mouth.
Yeah, I know what I was doing.
yeah.
Fuck Scallywag. I'm surprised
like
he
a
didn't generate a shadow.
It was
You're very
3
kind.
years ago.
3 years ago. So I've only been
Ooh.
playing for 3 years.
It was the 3rd of April,
There you
2017.
go.
Wow.
So 2 years of that was playing with John he was the DM, and I've been DMing for a year now, just over a year, with you lot, going through Lost
It's
Mine.
been a year.
It was like
That was my plan
it was
all
like
along.
February or something. Yeah, John was like, forever DM has been lifted. But yeah. Oh, and Cullen Darklaw has just given us 100 bits as well. Thank you for that.
Oh.
I wonder if Jackalope's back, because we're all here because Jackalope subscribed for another month. You know what that means, right?
Yeah,
guys?
Jack Lowe.
And Baron just disappeared. Thank you so much, Jackalope. Are you and Gary gonna get in on it, Shannon?
I'm not stopping until you do one.
There you go.
Oh, that's a
Yeah.
funky one.
I got the fast one.
So thank you for that subscription. Just before we get back into it, if you've got Amazon Prime or Twitch Prime, you can subscribe to us and it won't cost you a damn thing. You get a free one every month, and I gave my free one away today to the Asylum, who are I think we've talked about Miserable, who is another D&D player. I gave my Twitch Prime to them. Support the community. Let's give.
Wait, so if you are a Twitch Prime,
You get one free
if you
subscription a
pay-
month. And
how much is Twitch Prime?
I don't know. I got it free with my internet provider. So
Oh, that's
yeah,
good.
for 12
Shit.
months or
You
something.
also get it free with Amazon Prime if you have that.
Yeah. So
I get like COVID free with them. Fucking-
Good.
Everyone gets that free.
Yeah.
yeah.
I want to address something very important. Can you please walk us through Gary's new hat?
I thought you'd never ask. Random Origin suggested that he should have a hat, and now he's got a leopard skin beret.
Nice.
I thought it looked sassy and jaunty,
I feel
and it's
I
confirmed.
feel like he needs like a French name then instead of Gary.
Gary. Oh, Gary.
Oh, Gary.
Oh, Gary from Gay
There we
Paris.
go.
Mon Gary.
Yes. Ghetto Jesus said Pierre. He should be called Pierre. I like that name.
Oh,
Pierre.
you know what he needs? He needs like
A cigar or a cigarette.
he needs like a big an artist easel or something.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Like,
He's just had an artist's easel sitting
I
right
knew I
there
was
waiting
missing
for that
something.
very moment.
there you go, Gary.
I-
And he's got Gary Gygax too, isn't it really?
Mm.
So Gary's basically an old caricature drawer and from Paris.
It could be the skeleton of Gary Gygax
Maybe.
on French holiday.
Maybe.
Holiday.
I just looked it up, and French for Gary is Gervais.
Gervais.
I'm probably
Really?
saying that wrong.
Gervais.
All right, guys, we're gonna get back into it.
Mhm.
Let's get back into it.
Oh,
Get
that-
back into it, Gary.
I heard some mean echo there
Yeah.
as well. I don't know who's. Is anyone's microphone picking up their speakers? Is that what's happening? Hopefully that's
Not me.
hopefully not in the podcast because that will be 6 hours of my life. Anyway,
Getting diced.
okay. Well, we left with Loris in quite the predicament. I think. Loris, you've taken your action.
Mm.
What are you
So
up to?
it's literally just my movement. I'd like. Loris is just gonna gap it. He's like gone from rage to panic in the stage of just like this whole space. He's lost all his strength. He's feeling like a weak little mouse. He's looked around and seen that fucking Baron who ran it. He's remembering the shadow of Baron being quite buff now, and he's like, that's not what I am. That's not cool. So yeah, Loris is just gonna gap it from where he is to where's the rope standing? Is the rope there?
It's where the Baron is standing at the moment.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so basically it's just going to run to where he last saw the Baron at full noise. So mad dash. It is 80 meters or 80 feet per fucking turn. He's just out of here. Loris is done.
Yeah.
You're not
80
gonna
meters per
engage.
turn.
So, you're going to take a lot of opportunity attacks.
I'm aware of this. I'm aware of this.
Disengage, Dave.
I mean,
just-
free.
Do you have
I don't know.
disengage as a bonus action anywhere?
That's an
Everybody
action.
has disengage as an action.
No, but he's already
Not as a bonus
he's already
action.
taken his action.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So it's literally just going to be an absolute mad panic run at full noise, dodging and hoping like hell he gets his chance to get away, and these guys fucking miss for once.
There's going to be, for you to get safely up that rope, there's going to be 4 opportunity attacks.
4? So 1, 2, 3, and you reckon this guy? Oh yeah, because I'm within. Can I do an arc around him to avoid him?
No,
Or
you're
just
going
running
to
through
be
that square?
past. It's by the time that the one closest to the doorway, he's going to be much harder for him to hit you because you'll be in 3/4 cover.
Okay.
But he's still going to swipe out
Why is that?
because as soon as you leave that 5-foot radius, which in this case is up, he's leaving the
right,
radius
okay.
in an upwards direction up the rope, and that cover is there because he's going to be reaching out around the corner to try and hit.
Crafty.
Do you want to? Are we ready to go, Dave?
Quick query.
Okay, Bill, go.
Do we have the correct number of shadows?
There are 4. Oh no, that's a very good question.
Ooh.
Because people have left the room, right?
Yes, that's right. So when Morley left the room, one of the shadows disappeared.
Yes. Fuck.
That is a very good question.
Nice one.
That is a very good question. But that does still leave us with 2 opportunity of attacks and then 1 which might be a bit harder to hit.
All right, I'm just going to put my token in the room and hope.
The first
fuck.
one was
Okay.
Hold on. How many did you roll?
Just 3.
Just-
Just 3.
Okay, first one was a 7, so that's a miss.
Oh, can you see those? They're meant to be whispered, but that's okay.
no, we can see.
Okay, that's all right. So
I saw them. That's why I
Ooh.
stressed out the last time. I see a 23. That's a hit. Oh, oh my god!
and a 23. Oh, well,
Nice to rigged.
so what's your AC? Sorry.
AC is 17.
You get 5 added onto it, which is only 22, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So the last 2 managed to hit, doing a total of 24. Well, first of all, we'll deal with that first one. The first one does 12 necrotic damage.
Yeah, it puts me on the floor.
All right, so the second one doesn't even get a chance to hit.
Literally where I lie, that puts me on the floor.
Yeah. So you take 12 necrotic damage, and you lose 4 points to your
God
strength
damn it.
score.
4.
What are you on?
Motherfucker, hold on. I can't do that math. My strength score is currently... No, that's not right. I was 9, now 4, so it'll be 5.
Right.
Is that right? Yeah,
So you are in a dying state.
that is correct.
Cool. Well, not cool, but correct.
That's awesome.
Baron.
Why,
Did you just say it was awesome? Yikes.
that's
It's-
awesome.
Not cool, but awesome.
Not cool, but awesome.
Baron, it's over to you. You haven't gone up the rope yet?
No, I haven't gone up the rope. I'm ushering people in. Oh, Jesus.
You can see Bill still in the room, and you can see Gary in the room, and you can see Loris in a dying state on the ground, just unconscious on the ground.
Completely withered by...
Yeah. Yeah, he's a shadow of his former self.
Literally.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, was it an unintentional pun? It was, wasn't it? Okay, well, I'm going to tell Gary, because I noticed when he went in that a shadow popped up. I'm going to tell Gary to get out.
Okay.
So up and above me?
Okay, so he's not going to jump up into the space?
No.
He does get an... what's his AC?
just
Because
going
we're
to
going to
the
add
north?
5 to his AC.
Oh, good question. I can never find Gary's.
He's like, is it 15, maybe? 13?
Is 13. No, yeah, 13.
All right, so unfortunately this thing did hit with
Oh
a
my
roll of
God.
19, doing 11 damage to Gary.
Well, he must be dead.
Oh, wow.
I think that's Gary.
Sorry, you can reanimate him anytime.
It's not a verb. It's just been Gary's.
It's just
Everybody got the same
it's
treatment.
just been Gary.
Loris is
So
just
yeah,
being
he only
Gary.
had 7 hit points, so now he's down to.
Yeah, Laura's got Gary badly.
Gary's in the dying state, guys.
No.
Do animated dead get dying states?
He's in an undying state.
He's dead.
So
He's
dead.
he's out. Gary
So,
just falls to a pile of bones.
No. Actually, he had 5, so yeah,
Yeah.
he's dead. It was his strength that was 7.
Yeah.
R.I.P. again.
Just a quick question, just as an aside, Shannon.
Mhm.
If one of your fellow comrades, your crewmen, fall and die, literally die, can you reanimate them?
I believe so, because they returned to a pile of bones.
No, I'm talking about Loris.
Oh, yeah, of course.
So you could, because any corpse you can reanimate, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I don't
But
want
they
a
won't
weak
be
one,
like
though.
their former self.
No.
You're like, I don't want this shriveled one.
I don't want them. He's only got like 4 strength or something.
like that.
Okay. But yeah, no, technically,
Don't
if you're going to be
forget the extra
mean
one.
about it, yeah, 5. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, I could.
Okay. So what are you going to do now that Gary's out of
Well,
the room?
as one of the shadows disappeared.
That's correct. The moment Gary leaves the room, one of the shadows
big hole?
disappears. Yeah.
Disappears. Okay. I want to run into the room, gulping, and I want to step onto Loris's where he is lying on the ground, and then I want to step to the southwest between these two, bing bong, like that.
Mm-hmm.
All good.
Yeah.
Cool. It's not that great, though, is it?
I'm very excited to see Baron getting brave.
I'm terrified
This is
about
like
Baron
the
getting
first
brave.
time. This is amazing.
He gets brave, but it's like under certain circumstances when he has to. He's gulping, and he's holding his breath, and he runs in between the shadows, and he casts a special spell called Thunder Step.
What have we got here?
Okay, so this is not on my list,
Okay.
unfortunately, but so I can't click it. But so I can take someone with me, and whatever they're carrying, as long as they're carrying not above their weight limit. So I walk in. You teleport immediately to an. So from this point, I teleport immediately to an unoccupied space I can see within range. Immediately after I disappear, a thunderous boom sounds, and each creature within 10 feet of the space I left must make a Constitution saving throw, or take 3d10 thunder damage on a failed save, or half as much on a successful save. And the thunder can be heard from 300 feet.
That's pretty good. So you're zipping in, grabbing Loris, and then disappearing off that space that you're currently
Well,
on.
I don't even have to touch him. Just within 5 feet of me,
Okay.
he'll just
And where are you?
go with me.
Where are you teleporting to?
just back to where my rope
Yeah,
is.
cool.
And they have to do a 15 con save.
They both fail.
Ooh, okay. So that is 3d10.
I crit succeeded.
Nice.
You should be out of range, I think. I don't think you're...
10 feet.
I think this square would be 10 feet from me, and this square
Yeah.
are not where you are.
Yeah, don't.
Sick.
Yeah. It's
But,
kind of weird
it's
because
up to the
you
D.
think of. I think there's like some sort of math behind figuring out diagonals. It should never be considered 5 foot exactly.
Well, actually, yeah, I don't know. It's up to you. Like, apparently, if a square is half covered, then it's in. Okay, here's 3d10. Oh no, those aren't LD.
Oh wow! I did 60 damage.
Jeez, that's pretty good. Okay, yeah, these are d10. I just want to get legible ones. Okay, these ones. I think these are right. Yeah.
Wait.
It's all right. There we go. A 2, an 8, and a 1.
So 9 total, yeah. And what sort of damage was it?
Thunder damage.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so definitely, there's a big bolt of lightning that sort of, does it strike the place that you were standing in, does it?
No, it's not like lightning damage. That's different in D&D. This
Right.
is thunder damage. So it just is just a sound like a boom,
right,
like
cool.
thunder wave, where
Cool.
it just goes boom.
So
So I disappear, and I guess it makes a massive vacuum and just goes boom.
Great, that's perfect. Bill sees what it does to the shadows, but you're already out of the room before you can see the damage. And Bill, what you see is they all just ripple with as a burst of air just pushes through them, and there has been some damage done.
They might both disappear if we both leave.
Oh yeah, because you've taken Loris out of the room, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Loris.
And he should be able to fit next to Gary. Oh no, Gary's dead. Sorry, Gary.
Yeah. But yes, when you do that, the shadow that was attached to Loris disappears as well, leaving just one shadow and Bill.
Oh yeah, just the one
in the room. Anything else from Baron?
I guess his weight doesn't disappear as his strength disappears. I just wonder if I can carry him up a rope.
Well,
you've already done.
Depends on how you read it. Is it just if I like you've basically said that my size has dropped, like physical bulk has dropped,
flabby.
My weight would drop. So now I'm like a loose bits of skin. My muscle mass is gone.
Yeah.
So I've had a massive weight loss, but it's all been muscle loss.
So I'd say
I forgot to yell.
He's much lighter.
When I was leaving, I was going to be yelling, "Come with me, pencil neck."
Lucky I can't hear that.
Yeah. But yes, if you want, I'll let you escape up this rope with Loris.
Cool.
But there is going to be one opportunity attack from this creature that is just trying to just like slash out. It's a 14, but you get +5 to your AC, so it's a miss.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Cool. So you guys are both up in the I Dream of Jeannie room.
Yeah.
Bill. Actually, we'll go to American. What are you doing in this cozy little room?
I'm just singing.
Okay.
Just reminiscing about great old sitcoms. Oh wait. No, I was almost dying.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah. I'm just like panicking and scared. How's Morley looking? He's looking great.
He gives you the A-OK sign.
I'm looking extremely withered, but not in a gorgeous way, just in a gaunt, gross way, unfortunately, which is not her preferred weight loss strategy. But yeah, I can actually peer down out of the portal, can't I? So I can see Bill down there, can't I?
Yeah, you can.
So can I use my movement to like shimmy down the rope and like try and hit a guy with a bow and arrow and then shimmy back up?
Yes, but remember, if you don't kill what you're aiming at, you'll probably take an opportunity attack on your way back up that rope.
Oh, really? But from around a corner?
Yeah, you'll get +5 to your AC. But...
And he'll get +5 when I aim at him as well, right? Because he's around a corner from me.
Correct.
Well, then I can't risk that because I'm almost dead. I don't know what to do. Sorry?
Nothing.
Did someone whisper something?
Definitely not Loris. Loris is dead.
What did he whisper, though? I think I heard him talking.
I didn't hear it.
It was something about like protein shakes and...
But by the way, American, I will say that you do have a dying state, an unconscious Loris next to you in this room.
Oh yeah, he's made it up. Okay, right. I'm just gonna start crying.
It's always a good move.
Useful.
I think it's an appropriate move.
Yeah.
Not strategic per se.
It's a Friday night. All right. It's Friday night crying.
I'm going to cast Healing Spirit, and I'm going to conjure a small squirrel, hold it in the palm of my hand, and kneel next to Loris as well.
Okay. Are we going to have one of these awkward like patting sessions again?
Don't call it that.
No,
it's very pure.
It's always pure. I wasn't trying to make it dodgy. I was just like the idea of
I
just.
I thought you meant for the podcast in general. Padded.
Oh, right.
What do they call it? Like an extra You always skip them in one piece, or they call
Oh, like
it?
filler section.
A filler,
Right.
a filler episode.
Oh man, I'm trying to figure out where my damn spell is anyway on this freaking list.
All right. So are you placing this thing on Loris or?
Oh,
I'm
it's
just
the
gonna
little
hold it
scroll.
and kneel next to him.
Do you want to read that? out?
Oh, it's bonus action. Oh well, I use my action crying, and then I
Fair.
use my bonus action to conjure the healing spirit, to soothe the wounded. So the spirit is a transparent beast that appears in a space that is a 5-foot cube. So I'm going to be the 5-foot cube, and I'm
Okay.
holding it.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it can restore 1d6 hit points
Per
to
turn.
that creature.
Yeah. Cool.
So yeah, I'm going to be in the same space as Loris, and we'll both get 1d6.
Okay. That's cool. Each give me a d6. Oh, actually, just American. You just roll it once, and we.
I rolled a
Well,
1.
both of you did. That's
Just rolled a
amazing.
1.
Both of you rolled one. Loris, your eyes open and you feel like garbage. You can barely lift your head. You can barely open your eyes. You've got almost no strength. But you do have 1 HP and you're no longer in a dying state. American, you kind of feel a little bit better, but still pretty crap in general.
Boris is just chuckling to himself because he kind of finds this funny. This is
American's
ridiculous.
like seething at Loris, by the
Loris
way.
finds this funny?
Boris is just
She's
chuckling
like
at how
very
stupid he feels.
begrudgingly healing him.
Yeah, this whole situation in Loris's mind is completely fucked up, and he knows it's his fault, and he's just like, I deserve this.
Okay. We'll move down to Bill in the room with the lone shadow.
I'm gonna bust out a move that I haven't used since I think episode 2, season 1.
Oh, whoa.
Ooh.
Sleep.
And I'm gonna run.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Nice.
Awesome. And I'm assuming you're going to use disengage to get up the rope.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Great idea.
Yeah, you make yourself up that rope as well. Let's just extend that room. And yeah, you're up. You're up with the rest of them now. You can only assume that the shadow you left behind faded back into the wall and disappeared as well.
Can I just peer out of the rope and just see if I can spy that shadow?
Yeah, you can't see.
You can see a 3 or 5 feet portal that you can look out of.
Yeah,
3 to 5 foot portal.
So you're looking down out from where that rope is hanging, and you're looking back into that room, and you don't really see anything other than all the skeletons up against the wall, shackled to the walls. So there doesn't seem to be anything left. I'm just going to close the initiative of the turn order.
Well, that was fun.
Loris is just going to look at Merrick and he has one question. Do you still have the orb? And he's just going to pass out.
She's just gonna like scowl at him.
Just unarmed attack.
Yeah, just knock off 1 HP back into a dying state. Give him a real slap.
Knock him out.
Yeah.
She's gonna turn to Baron Byram and be like, "You saved us. Quick thinking. Thank you."
Yeah, that was quick thinking.
It is tempting to push him out.
I agree.
Welcome to my pad.
What are the rules with this? How long does it last for?
1 hour, so we can have a short rest in it.
Okay. Yeah, gotcha.
Wow, and we can heal with that spirit as well.
Yeah, I mean, and you can
Yeah.
expend a H dice, heal dice, whatever it's called.
Hit
Hit
die.
die. You can. That's how you know I'm still
die.
new to D&D. A hit dice. You can
Well, you got the letter right.
H
No,
dice.
H dice.
So yeah, you could expend a hit dice if you like.
Can you? How have we done this before in the past? So who's injured and can use this healing spirit before it dissipates, basically? And how much HP do they get back?
I think we had that. It lasts like a minute, right? Does it last a minute?
Yeah, it does.
And so last time we said if you all basically huddled around this thing, you each
yeah.
get like 10d6 back.
But
But I'm going to say because there's so many of you up there, you probably get half of that, so 5d6 each. So you got to share it around. You're sharing this.
But not everyone's injured.
True.
I'm a little bit injured, but not that bad.
Yeah, same.
All right, I'm gonna roll 5d6 for myself.
All right.
Oh, I've rolled 14. That's not bad. Not bad. I'm still in bad shape, honestly. And it's all Loris's fault now. Actually,
What have you got there, Bill? Yeah, well, you've I see you've clicked something.
So I have Song of Rest. So if anybody uses hit dice, they can also add an extra 1d6.
Nice. Okay.
I don't even know how to use a hit die.
You literally
I'll use my die.
should just
Or at
be.
least I can use one in a short rest day.
Yeah.
You'll have 3. Oh no, sorry. However many levels you are. So if you're a 5th level, you have 5 of them.
And you can expend as many of them as you like in a short rest.
Oh, really?
But you only get some back
what do you
each
do?
long rest.
Yeah.
You literally just click the word hit die, and it will roll one for you.
Oh, okay.
You get half back each long rest.
Oh, look at that. It's a 10
Nice.
plus.
Nice roll.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. And what does your spell give us, John?
An extra d6.
Nice.
All right, so I've rolled 4.
Sweet. I get some good rolls at last. That's an extra 16. Oh, 18.
Damn, really good rolls. Max each time.
Makes up for the shit roll.
Um,
And shit decision making, to be fair.
So while you guys are rolling, you each take just an hour rest. You all just kind of like sit back in this padded, amazing little room that the Baron has created, and you each
Quite cramped.
It's a little cramped with 5 of you in there because it can only fit 8.
Oh, imagine the VO.
8.
Oh my god.
8 max.
Yeah.
No, it has air conditioning. It's nice and
Oh,
it's nice and comfortable. It's magical.
you've thought of
It's good
everything.
It's not a BO hole.
I was just thinking just Loris alone being in it would make it a
That's
VO
true.
hole, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Bill,
Loris thinks.
Hey Baron, where's Gary?
A little single tear rolls down Baron's cheek. He's silent and he turns away.
I don't think Gary made it, Bill.
American looks down.
yeah,
She's just rubbing her forehead, and you see her hair just losing its color and her face turning pale as she becomes depressed and mourning the loss of their dear friend.
dear friend.
But also just feeling kind of very frightened and defeated as well.
Yeah, I think it's a really quiet hour up in this room. As the time passes, each of you that lost strength through that fight are just finding it slowly coming back. At the end of that hour, Loris, I think you look down at your muscles having returned, and you
That's not the first place I'm looking.
everything has filled back out, and there's just
Oh my god.
giant.
Loris is doing push-ups in the corner.
Yeah. But Loris, I think at the same time, I think you go to sort of like let everyone know, hey, everything's back how it should be, and realize that there's the events that have occurred, the closeness.
I'm just looking at American's face right now, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm
Yeah.
in deep shit.
I think Loris understands that situation. While, I mean, it's his fault.
Totally his fault. Absolutely his fault.
And that's
And he knows it.
yeah.
And as much as he was laughing to himself because he knows it was his fault, it's just like, this is what happens when I make stupid decisions.
And American, I think you've spent a bit of that hour while resting just looking at this small kind of orb in your hands, and it's lost its glow now, and it just seems there's nothing magical to this anymore. But like Baron sort of told you, it could possibly be used as a focus of some sort. It looks like you might get a little bit if you were to sell it, but it really is just this kind of small crystal orb now.
Was it worth it?
Is Loris still kind of
looking super drained on the ground of this kind of spot.
Everyone that was injured, how are you guys all feeling now? We'll start with Loris.
So I'm still fairly beaten up. I'm assuming my armor's come back to full.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm functioning, but I'm certainly in no shape to charge on down into more battles right now. So battered would be about the best word to put it, and embarrassed, and humbly apologetic, looking very sheepish, sitting in the corner, just kind of like, oh god.
Morley would like to squat down and kind of catch Loris's eye and just say,
Putting your crew in danger is no sign of a captain, believe me.
and he laughs. And he laughs.
What a prick.
Loris laughs.
Does Loris laugh at Morley?
No.
No. Okay.
Loris just his head is in his hands, and he's just like, oh my god. He's feeling very sick in his own mind, and just like, oh.
I think this is a bit of a moment where the rest of the crew, I don't think anyone in this crew has seen Loris so regretful from his actions. This is the first time you've seen him head in hands doubting his action. He's quiet.
That's true. Normally he starts to justify his actions because
and there's nothing of the sort happening right now.
Yeah, I'm a bit sad that Gary's died again.
He died nobly, if that helps.
Yeah, I think he really
True
did.
hero.
He really was a hero. He helped us get out of there.
And you were incredible, Brian.
Well, sometimes you got to run away, and I think that this is a dangerous place. I don't know if Loris realizes this, but Loris, this is a very dangerous place that we just found out. So let's not be silly.
I think as a group, you're all remembering that this is not Phandalin. This is what's happened today. Or where Morley, this is not your boat. This is not the open sea that you're used to the dangers. This is things that you have never experienced before. You guys are at the strongest you've ever been, and you almost all died moments ago.
All right, it seemed like you were all going to die. Yeah.
I keep trying to pet Scallywag, but because I've gone all wintry, my hands are all icy, and he's like trying to get away from me, which is only making me more depressed.
Yeah, and Scallywag just runs over to Morley that is squatting next to Loris, and just sort of sits next to Morley, leaning up against Morley's leg.
I'll give him a pet. I can't not.
You have to.
Yeah, that's fair. Bill, what's Bill thinking?
What are we gonna do here? We're stuck in this strange place. We've normally been able to rely on our skills to save us, and I'm not sure that's viable here. We can't go back to Phandalin. We can't. I'm really struggling to figure out what we can do.
Well, I think all hope is not lost as long as we don't act like absolute morons.
Pointed.
That's fair.
Pointed. But accurate.
We don't know what's around each corner. I don't think even going back up to the house is gonna help.
There is some wine up there.
That might be what we need.
Okay.
Do we have directions to the windmill?
Yeah.
We
I'm
do
sure
own
that's
a
not
windmill.
I think Baron pulls out the deed for the windmill. It's just like, doesn't even have an address on it. It's just like a picture of the windmill.
Shit.
Could be anywhere.
It's a bad deed.
So I don't even know how we got here, right? This fog showed up. We just appeared here. And Morley, apparently you don't live here. You just appeared here.
I don't know how I got here either.
But I don't know what we have in common. You know, what is this mist chosen us? You know, or someone that controlling the mist, or something controlling the mist, made us appear here to fuck with us, to kill us.
Seems to be working out pretty well for it.
Hmm.
It seems like a really roundabout way to go about killing someone, if I'm honest. It's not how I choose.
Do you think the mist could be here trying to help us save this blighted town?
Well, that's a positive way of thinking about it. Yeah, that's possible. I didn't think about something nice. I just thought we were slowly being killed.
There's nothing nice here, wizard.
But
Maybe
an
the
outcome
mist
that if we could...
Since we're so strong, the mist thought maybe we were the best ones for the job.
I do.
Well, I am strong.
I do. I don't want to. I don't want to cut the conversation short. But this spell only lasts an hour. Is that right? So this room is about to disappear.
There's one thing I want to do during my short rest, and that's arcane recovery. And I just want to let everyone know I didn't want to use my my most powerful spell slot, and this is the last time I get it back in a short rest. So I'm going to, or once per long rest.
Oh, once per long rest. Okay.
I get a 3rd level spell back.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Amounting to level 3.
Yeah, cool. And so the hour's up. Unless there was anything else that people wanted to do during that hour, it's definitely coming to a close. Nope. You guys better figure out your escape plan, because that spell is about to.
Yeah, let's get down the rope, because otherwise we just fall onto the ground. So let's. I'm just going to make my way down the rope.
Okay. When we get down there, I would like to put my right foot in.
Take your left foot out.
And I might take it out if we see another one of those shadows pop about.
I don't think anyone's going to stop you on this one, Bill.
Okay.
I think, Bill, you're
a brave man.
You're the first to go down the rope, and you walk right up to that border of the room. Now, there's no light in this room now. All the other people with light are up still in the room. And so you're just using your dark vision here, and you look through that room, and there's no shadows to be seen. There's no light to cast shadows. And you place your right foot into the room, and you look around that room, and you see nothing. There's no sign of any shadow feet or anything. Your foot isn't casting any shadows either. Everything looks empty. That room looks empty, save for that statue up against that far wall and these skeletons placed around the walls.
I'm gonna step in.
Cool. You step into the room, and nothing happens.
Good.
Baron, are you carrying any sort of light when you come down this?
Yep, I've got the cantrip light.
Yeah, I think as the Baron, as Bill enters that room and the Baron makes his way down the rope with his light lit, Bill, your shadow just appears and just shoots out across the floor in front of you and up the far wall.
Like a normal, not scary?
It's just a shadow.
I go.
Yeah, it matches, and and you turn around to see the light sources just coming from Baron's glass staff.
I'm just gonna freeze for a bit.
And the shadow
Fast moves, Bill.
Yeah, the shadow does everything you're doing.
It's either a really good shade or that's just a normal shadow.
Yeah, very scientific.
Yeah. And I think the Baron's moving just as he's breathing. This glass stuff is moving enough that the shadow matches the direction of the glass staff as well.
Well, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to make a little shadow of a dog. A little dog.
Bill, you haven't seen him doing this, and just this ferocious looking dog shadow appears.
Oh God!
appears. But you do hear Baron making those noises. Yeah, everything's working how it should be working.
I'm just looking at the statue just with disdain for the damage that has been wrought upon such a work of art.
Yeah, you're peering out at that statue, and you're kind of taking in again just the look of this gaunt, pale-faced man with this big black cloak flowing behind him, all carved out of stone.
One-armed.
So
Oh yeah.
what's our plan? Are we gonna head the same way, or are we gonna go a different way?
Well, I thought we'd just have a look in this room.
Yeah, and
Seems to have taken an entire episode.
just yeah, this has taken a lot longer than I thought it would. But the again, the other thing that you all notice when you make your way down that rope is that incessant chanting booming out through all of the
Wow.
rooms.
These guys have stamina.
Base. Hey, did anyone else notice sound on this wall here? And I point to the north.
Yeah, Morley heard that same sort of sound when his sword struck through one of the shadows.
What about you, Molly? Did you hear that?
Didn't seem to make the sound I thought it would, but I wasn't really thinking about it at the time, if I'm honest with you.
Yeah, it happened a few times, and it's just sort of stuck out in my memory.
Why don't you give me a perception check there, Baron?
Okay. It's just an even 20. 15.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, on inspection, you get closer to it, and your glass stuff lights up this wall. And there's it's almost incredibly painfully obvious that there's the seam running through this clay on this wall. So it looks like some kind of you pull away a little bit of the clay, like you dig at it, and behind a little layer of that clay is just this rotten wooden door.
Check this out, Morley. A rotten wooden door.
Morley takes his sword out and kind of digs away at a bit of clay and tries to kind of do that. You ever seen a builder check one of those like rotten window pane things where they kind of like, yeah, I do that to the rotten.
Yeah, you barely put once you sort of scraped away a bit of this clay, you barely put any pressure onto that the wood, and it just like it's all rotten and it just falls away behind your blade. And you just give it a hefty push, and the whole wall just sort of collapses down, revealing this sort of stairway up. And it just goes up to this small wooden trapdoor that seems to just be bolted shut from this side.
We're going to have to replace this whole wall.
I don't think they'll be replacing anything, wizard. This place has got more secrets than the 7 Seas.
Love that.
Sorry, the 17 Seas.
17 Seas? What the fuck?
The what?
Start counting on my fingers.
I don't think that spot was load bearing, at least. Looking up nervously.
Do you suppose so? That goes up.
That goes
Do
up.
you think that goes up to the first floor that we were just at?
Who are you aiming that towards?
Oh, Morley's right next to me.
I have a feeling that maybe that was the entrance to what we're now in, which is the much talked about basement.
Yes. Yeah. So what do you reckon? Should we check out to the south where that door is, or should we go to the echoing chanting?
I need to find out more about this chant, and I tell you what, if we can just somehow secretly get as close as we can without disturbing the chanters.
Uh-huh. Or their Enyim.
So you're telling me you're telling me you find a trapdoor and not curious just to
Pop
see
your
what's
head up.
behind it? I just got to pop my head up.
Okay, I think Mirakin, you make your way up this up these stairs and get to that wooden trapdoor, and there's like a big bolt on this side, and you move it into an unlocked position, and you push, and it lifts up quite easily, and you're looking up into I think the Baron looked into it at one point, was this room that's all decked out in hunter's gear. There's
With the wine.
so there's just padded chairs and animal furs, there's an oak table. It's a cask of wine. You're just taking it all in, and it matches this room that Baron had described earlier when you were checking out the first floor. You found, by all means, a way back to the first floor.
Was this the room with a decorative sword in it? Because I'm feeling like we could get any, if it's a good one, we should get any advantage we can.
I can tell you that, like I said, there's the oak table, cask of wine, a couple of wooden goblets.
We'll grab that. We'll grab that one.
Did you say cask of wine?
There's 2 cabinets.
I'm going to whisper down, there's a cask of wine.
There's 2 closed.
Yeah, we'll need that.
2 closed cabinets up against the walls, and you're looking around, but you don't see any weaponry that's out.
I'm going to relay down that we've found an entrance to where we first came in, essentially.
That's what I thought.
It could be a good escape route to keep in mind.
Excellent.
Aye.
Well,
right. So we can find those
you're bringing the cask of wine down?
I'm going to scoop that wine immediately.
How big is a cask of wine? You're just carrying around this massive...
Oh, I thought a cask. I was imagining like, I don't know.
You get all sorts
You're
of
talking about
casks.
Yeah.
Like a goon sack, I'm imagining.
Okay. Yeah.
No, not.
A sack of wine.
It's not a country white wine or something.
Yeah. Oh, every New Zealander knows about that.
Mm-hmm.
Veluto
Every
Rosso.
family
That's more Strahd. Veluto Rosso.
A Caribbean wine cooler.
Well, that was quite a bit classy, isn't it?
Oh, shit.
Well, I used to drink Miami wine coolers when I was a kid. Remember? That was just the done thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I am going to cheerily meet American at the bottom and just hold the cask of wine.
Okay.
And just knock on it while I'm walking, because you have encouraged me to look through whatever doors are possible. I'm going to the south where that wooden door is, and I'm going to push it.
Okay, let's just...
First I'll listen.
How are you? Are you pressing your head up against it, are you?
Yeah, do I have a cup?
I grabbed those goblets too, you know.
I think, I'll use a goblet.
Okay, so
Like
yeah,
this.
you lean up against that door, Baron, and you're not really... Actually, there's kind of this weird gurgly sound that doesn't sound like it's coming from past the door. It sounds like it's coming like within the door.
It is the door.
And
the door is gurgling.
And then you go to pull away, and you are completely stuck to that door.
Oh, no.
I'm stuck, guys.
I didn't expect.
You didn't expect someone to go through a door.
No, I didn't expect even you guys to get really in this area at this point in time. But
well, that tells me we're way off.
Before you get a chance to really do anything, the door just opens up and just takes this massive bite.
No way.
Of the Baron.
Of the keg? No.
Amazingly enough, it has managed to only roll a 7, but I will get... we can either keep the initiative from before, or we can roll brand new initiative. What does everyone want to do?
Let's do brand new.
Okay. Well, there is no Gary anymore.
No. Yeah, I'll get an initiative roll from...
This is why D&D players have trusted issues.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No. Oh, you know what? I don't trust everybody. Oh my goodness. I rolled a 6. No, what did I roll? I can't even remember. I rolled an 11.
I rolled a 12.
So this one, even though you guys have all rolled, this might end up being quite a personal little fight between the Baron and a door. American, you are up first, though.
So I'm assuming I hear him scream.
Baron, are you screaming as you feel this door sort of open up and it's like teeth right near your face?
I would be, shrieking, I think.
I'm going to hear that and and rush forward
Everyone,
to see what.
Yeah, you dart across this room and you looked around this corner of this thing, and the Baron is just still in that sort of listening pose, but his just mouth is just open, screaming, and you can just see this mouth opening up on the side of this door.
And is he's not grasped in its teeth?
No.
It's just trying to bite
It's
him.
trying
It's
to
not.
bite him.
Ooh. Can I use my turn to help and drag him out of harm's way?
You
I
can.
believe that's an action,
So when it gets
which I don't know if I've ever done before.
when it's the Baron's turn, he can use your help. Yeah, for sure.
Is that how help works? I don't really know. We don't really use that much.
Well, yeah, there's the help action, which is like that. I don't know if there's a
Oh yeah, so when you take the help action, the creature you aid gains advantage on the next ability check it makes.
So you basically
Alternatively, you can aid in attacking.
Yeah. So basically, you got to wait for the person whose turn it is to have their turn before they can receive your help.
Okay, I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
Did I do that?
Anything else for a bonus action or anything?
That's what the door's saying.
Oh, Shannon's gone again. Bad connection.
Died.
Which is a shame because it is the mimic's turn, and it has advantage on its attack since the Baron is within its grasp. It has rolled a 17. I don't know. Hopefully Shannon can come back soon to let me know, because I know he's had like mage armor and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So here he comes. There you go. You're back, Shannon.
Yeah, sorry, I can still hear you during that time.
Okay. So it's rolled a 17.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll raise my staff and yell "Shield!"
Okay.
Which is a bonus, or is it reaction? I think.
Okay.
And that lifts it to 20.
Okay, cool. Somehow you're avoiding its teeth as it just starts chomping down.
I think it bites on a shield, like a force field around me that only lasts for one attack.
Yeah, gotcha. All right. Okay, cool. That's exactly what happens. I'm just having a quick look to see if there's anything else.
It's a glass staff that I got from Glassstaff.
It's served you well.
Saved my bacon, yeah.
Bill, you're just hearing this screaming and clanging of teeth on magic from
teeth on magic.
Yeah.
I'm on my way. I'll just run down. What do I see from here?
Yeah, again, you're seeing the same sort of thing as that American saw, which is this the Baron pressed up against, like he's listening for something, but he's pressed up against this disgusting looking door with just teeth and drool and these eyes kind of like appearing out of the knots in the wood.
And he's held by this thing?
Well, you can't tell. He's just like up against it, like he's listening.
Right. Okay. From here, am I able to try to reach my rapier through, or no?
No, he's further than 5 feet away.
Okay. In that case, I have
Next to me.
Even then, it would be like he's on the other side of Baron.
I'm just going to wait here for now.
Okay. Is there anything you wanted to ready for this?
I might interject with cutting words later.
Baron, it's your turn.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I'm helping whatever he does.
Yeah, so you're helping. Does that mean that maybe I get like a free disengage?
You
I don't know.
basically, when you're adhered to a mimic, you basically get disadvantage on trying to escape from it. So Murican can at least help you to have no disadvantage on trying to break away.
And what kind of a check is that?
It says escape. I'm gonna say it's probably a strength one. Yeah, it'll definitely be a strength one.
Which I am -1 at.
Right.
I'm gonna roll 2 of them. and we'll pick the best
Well, no,
one.
you're
I
just
guess.
you're just getting you're not getting disadvantage. You're
Oh,
not
sorry,
getting,
stupid me.
Yeah, you're not getting
Okay, here we go.
advantage. It's just cancelling out the disadvantage,
A 13 because I got a -1.
which is exactly enough. So you manage to just kind of push against this wood and peel yourself away from this door, and it just snaps down and trying to grab you as you do that.
How do I help?
Basically, you'd be holding on to the Baron and one arm around his waist and just trying to pull him, giving that extra sort of burst.
I
of
like
energy
that story
away.
where everyone's pulling out the giant turnip.
Yeah, exactly like
Yeah,
that.
I was kind of hoping that Bill would help and would form like a chain. Just help Baron, and then everyone just keeps forming a bigger line.
Oh my god! I'm just gonna scream as I come get peeled away from it while American's helping, and I pull with all my might and just manage to pull off. And everything in here sucks.
As you go to do that and move away from this, big blob forms from the side of the door and just shoots out like this weird amorphous blob still attached to this door. And it has rolled a
like a doorknob.
yeah, it has rolled a 16.
Yep. Well, I'm gonna cast shield again.
Okay, cool. Yeah, perfect.
Which I don't have many more of that. To be honest.
Right. Again, it hits the shield as you run past American and just like shatters that shield, but it doesn't manage to hit you and just retracts back into that door.
Okay.
Loris, there's a lot of commotion happening down to your south.
Yeah, so there's a lot going on, and Loris has literally come out of the magical room, and in the corner he's literally, as he came out, he's dropped his mace, slumped into the corner, just kind of sat there looking at his hands. So if Neverending Story, the big rock dude looking at hands going, they had so much strength, what, I just don't get it. That's literally what Loris is doing. He's looking at his hands going, I just don't understand how you failed me. And he's feeling really, really pathetic because literally he's just completely, nothing's worked that he tried in the last battle. So while this whole commotion going on, he's just completely involved in himself, not even really reacting, just kind of like, I don't get it. What happened? And he's just kind of sulking in a way, but he's feeling really sorry for himself. And yeah, not even budging.
Okay, cool. Morley, you two have just heard this commotion to the south and look over to see Loris kind of withdrawn.
Yeah, I'm running over to assess the scene. Do I have enough movement to get there? And like I see this kind of gross kind of creature like lunging out, do I?
You see this thing shooting out as the Baron runs away and just like hitting this magical shield and retracting back around the corner.
If I fire a crossbow bolt, is it going to get caught up in the reverse side of the magical shield, or will that go through and hit the thing?
It's by the time
lasts
you
for
get
an
there,
instant.
that blob has returned to the door around the corner, so you wouldn't be able to. You'd have to get up around that corner to be able to shoot the door.
And the magical shield just goes ping.
Yeah.
And it only affects that one
Yeah,
thing.
and then it's gone.
Okay, I'm gonna just ready my crossbow pointing at the door and ready to fire off a bolt if I see like the whites of its eyes kind of thing.
Cool. American, over to you. You've just got this ferocious door in front of you now.
It looks really scary. So that thing that it's like also got like a gross thing coming out that's trying to like reach out and like
It's
snap at
like
us?
you saw the true form of this door for a moment as it formed this blob that shot out towards the Baron, hit the shield, and then retracted back into the door.
I'm gonna I won't receive an opportunity attack because I'm not close enough, right?
Correct.
Ooh, I don't know what to do. I'm gonna scream, "Someone kill it with fire!" And I'm gonna stumble backwards, slightly out of its way, and I'm actually gonna prepare an action or a reaction if someone does indeed try to kill it with fire.
Okay, you guys have all kind of moved away from it, and there's just no noise or movement coming from around that corner. And Baron, you take a little peek around that corner and you just see a door.
Yeah. It's not a door, guys. It looks like a door, but it has ill intentions. It attempted to kill me.
Morley's gonna say, put a hand on your shoulder and go, "We think it might be time to let sleep indoors lie."
Oh,
No,
Skelly,
Bill's contagious.
Bill?
Scallywag whimpers and runs off. No.
No,
Don't-
don't make this.
No.
Well, I'm. Oh, is it? It's not my turn.
Well, we can go over to Bill. I think you saw it as well. Take back its full, solid wooden door look as Mirakin went running from that corridor. Maybe it happened as she passed your view. You saw this creature, and then as Mirakin blocked your view for a moment, as she ran past, all that was remaining in your view now was just a wooden door.
When is a door not a door?
When it's a jar.
When it's a fucking monster, that's when. Fuck. You should get the fuck away from the thing.
Get the fuck away. Sage advice.
Is
What are you going to do there, Bill?
That's what I'm
Oh,
saying
that's
to
it.
my crew.
Okay. All right, Baron.
fuck this? This whole place is like trapped to fucking get out. There's something behind that fucking door. It's almost tried to kill me. I'm gonna fucking kill it.
Hey, let's all calm down. There's no need for the salty language.
I'm nodding along like, yeah, let's get this.
Yeah, I am going to cast Chill Touch on it.
Okay.
Okay, so that's a what is that? A D20 plus 7. Oh, that's a 10 total.
That is. Oh wait. So what would you roll? Oh, 10. Yeah, no, that's a miss. Unfortunately.
I rolled a 3.
Yeah.
Technically,
Yeah. That's.
I'm just gonna yell, just fucking shoot it.
He's just really intent on.
That might be the way out of here.
Okay, Loris, you're hearing again all this commotion. You've heard Baron's just like demanding this door to be destroyed.
so I think after like spending a few moments sulking and kind of feeling a bit meh, seeing all these now the group's just kind of gathering, I'm just going to stand up and sort of stroll over. I have 40 movement, so I can actually get to the door. So I'm just going to walk slowly over, very somberly, very quietly, pull my axe out, and walk up to the door, and I'm just going to go roar and smash it.
I'm going to move your token right next to the door.
I'm gonna golf clap as he walks past.
Give us a. Everyone's like, Loris,
Yes.
Loris.
Just
No.
fucking open the door. No one's doing that. Just like fucking.
Americans do it not sharing. I need that to be. I'm specifying that.
Old stare as I'm walking past, just
Roll
watching me.
To hit. And this is just you're just seeing a door, and you're like, why is everyone so angry at
All
this
I
door?
know is this thing wants the door dead, so 16 doing damage of 11.
Yeah, you bring that axe straight down into what you thought was wood, and it just cuts into it with like a squish. And this door opens up with its teeth and this tongue that unfurls, and its eyes opening up from all of these different knots in the wood, just wide in agony as this door just screams out at you. You did 11 damage. And
Like,
Was it like
does my
The Shining?
radiation go?
yeah, well, wait, whereabouts is everyone?
Yes,
Yes,
Loris.
we'll say that you're probably sort of up against that corridor with Baron as he escaped. So at that corridor. So yeah, give us a roll for your attack as well. It is going to be with half cover. Oh, it's a net 20.
Oh no!
And so you were with your crossbow, was it?
Yes, it was.
And that just saws straight, sort of beside Loris's head as it just bolts straight into one of the door's eyes, and just popping this thing instantly as it hits. Perfect. And Bill, was there anything you had readied or? No, that was it.
Is there double damage on a crit? Or?
You roll double dice. So in Roll20, it rolled a 4 and a 2.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool. No, I think what really?
Yeah, it would have just
just double?
it would have just rolled the 4.
I see.
It's double dice plus modifiers. If
Yeah.
you've got modifiers.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So is it dead?
It is not dead. This thing is still screaming in pain. This drool,
Loris
and
gets
it's.
a second attack, or are we just going to do it as one?
What was that? Sorry.
Loris gets 2 attacks.
Give us another roll.
Thank you. Same X, just going to go overhead as the bolt, as the thingy, the borrow. This bolt comes across. Loris is like going bang, and then it's a 19 doing 11 damage.
Yeah, the this thing with its mouth wide open and its tongue licking the air in front of it in absolute agony from this bolt to the eye and this cut to its door.
Whatever.
You just bring your second slice down across its tongue and just lop the tongue right off as it just flops down onto the ground in front of you. And we'll go over to Morley.
Is it still not dead?
Still not dead.
I'm just firing another short bow straight into it.
Yeah, cool.
Oh, does he get 2 turns as well?
What?
That was the ready
He had a
action.
ready action.
Oh.
Yeah, that again sails straight past Loris into another of the eyes. You were just knocking these things
17
out.
And I want to use my I've got like a bonus action where I can deal like some extra damage
Sneak
here.
attack.
Sneak attack.
And Shannon, please rejoin because you've just disappeared. There you go. Yeah, roll your sneak attack.
What is it? 3d6?
At level 5, I think it's 3d6.
3d6, yeah.
Ooh.
Nice. This thing is hurt. It has got blood pouring out of these knots in its wood, and it's spitting blood all over the floor from its cut off tongue as well. Mirakin, it's your turn. There's not much room to get in.
He's kind of wailing on this thing, huh?
Yeah.
I'm gonna step forward. I'm assuming that my companions will let me fit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna step forward. I'm gonna use my bonus action to take out not 1 but 2 daggers. I'm just gonna treat it like a game of darts. I'm just gonna be like aiming for the eyes, like it's a carnival game, since we're all just wailing on it.
Okay. Sure. Give us two rolls, please.
It's like, oh well, seems to be what we're doing. Do I win a prize? I've rolled an 18 and a 17.
Yeah, you definitely win some prizes. That was 13 damage.
Yes, all up.
Yeah, that first one just shoots into its mouth and just knocks a few of its teeth out as it stabs into like its open mouth area. It seems to be deeper than it really looks to be, just considering it's meant to be just this like small door. The second one just goes straight into the middle of this wood near the top of the door frame, and it just stops. It stops moving completely.
Did I get a bullseye?
And it just starts changing shape down into this weird, shapeless blob of just teeth and eyes. And it just sort of deflates down to the ground in a pile of its own blood and teeth.
Ew.
And that's where we're going to end it tonight.
What's behind the door?
Don't know yet.
Great shooting, American.
Yeah.
Awesome double dagger action.
Team effort. Yeah, a bit of a team effort there.
All right.
That was actually really
I don't want to
tough.
get those. Getting those daggers back is going to be a bit messy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, Loris will hand it back to you. He feels he owes you a few things right now. So,
Oh, I appreciate the gesture. He's probably like rolling in it to smear him. He likes to smear himself in the blood of his enemies.
Scoot around like one of those dogs.
do Like this is kind of a I owe somebody something kind of death sort of thing. I'm not going to celebrate this for a long time.
Yeah, that's fair. Man, that was a tough session. Man, you guys.
Some battling. Ooh.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Shadows, damn magic shit. Fucking hate it.
We're back to one room per session again.
I will say, Baron MVP. Not
well done,
only
Baron,
did he
yeah.
make a magic room, he also did a sweet anime move where he teleported and made a thunderclap happen.
I liked how you described that as well. Just the idea of air closing in on itself and then go out. That was cool.
Yeah, like in probably the only good thing from Attack of the Clones.
Oh, right.
The sound of Jango Fett's sonic mines.
Yeah.
I guess I'm turning more anime as I get more spells.
I like it.
I support
I've
this.
seen level 10 Baron for like a glimpse, and that was incredibly anime.
This is it. Anime as D&D gets, isn't it?
So my notes for this session were going really well until the shadows came up, and that's what I wrote.
I like that.
Everything's going really good up.
Hey, better than my notes.
I like that you've got like shadows are bad written on there. That was and then 2 lines later.
Writing in character.
Yeah, then 2 lines later, fuck. Yeah, that's good. That's seriously
I
good.
was just like, and after that, I was just like, I've got nothing.
Yeah. So what I'm deciding to do is giving inspiration at the end of sessions when I'm kind of wrapping up my whole thoughts. I think, John, you've still got an inspiration from a session or 2 ago that you got for something, and I don't think you've used it yet. So I'll just remind you, keep track of that on your character sheet. But yeah, Baron, I'm totally going to give you an inspiration point for that rope trick.
Thank you.
But being able to heroically run away, like get everybody out instead of just hiding in a bush, I think is a big move for our Baron.
Yeah, tactical retreat.
Yeah.
Brave continue to run into danger and then escape.
Yeah.
That was
I got a spell that allows me to be bravely run away.
Yeah,
That's true.
It was great. I think Sig would have been proud, I think.
Yeah.
Very strategic.
Like, it was the best thing ever.
But man, those shadows messed you guys up.
Yeah, I was worried we were all gonna die.
I've taken just 4 more damage. 4. I was 4 away from dying state from 1 attack.
All I
And
needed
what was I got? Minus 6 strength and one
So
all I needed was 5 more strength, and I guess that would have been almost an instant death if I'd lost all my
if you had
strength.
lost 5 more strength, you would have been insta dead. That would have been you gone.
Well, like no saving throws?
No saving
Truly
throws.
dead.
100% dead.
Dang.
It's instant
Yeah,
death.
you lose. I think
Dang,
if you
that's
lose any of
crazy.
your stats, you die. So,
Whoa.
anyway, sorry, everyone was talking over you there. Morley, what were you saying there, buddy?
Oh, when you asked in the Discord earlier today, no reason, but does anyone have a backup character? We'll create a second character. Just ask. Just curious.
And I didn't. To put that in perspective, I didn't even think you were going to go to this area of the dungeon.
Okay, can we not go looking for the chanting then, please? Because we just clearly there's something going that way.
It was just coincidence.
Yeah,
it was
we're just gonna
coincidence that I
hitchhike home.
asked, and then you came across those very, very hard shadows.
Yeah.
Yikes.
I just didn't want to go in here, deal with all that shit, and then not find what's behind that door. It turns out it's a fucking monster door. Well, I thought that was a great joke. When's the door not a door? When it's a fucking monster.
It was brilliant.
Oh man.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. I did, but I didn't mean to.
Let's not soften it. You did mean to do it.
Let's just say you did exactly what you wanted to do.
The result.
I think hopefully this just hits home that we can just get fucked up in one battle.
Yeah.
We will get TPK.
I think this was the best way to learn that. Like, it was literally doing something that might have happened in our last campaign, which is doing a lot of talking about what shouldn't we do, and then Loris jumping into action. I'm not even saying it was the wrong action. Like, it was something that there was a lot of conversation. Someone needed to do something, and Loris was the one to do that thing. But it just goes to show that you can have major repercussions in this one. This is
Yeah, I was veering towards. Okay, I'm not going to touch it because I know something's off about this. So that would have happened, which is like nothing. And it was interesting at least to see what did happen.
right.
Almost dying.
Yeah.
Yeah. All these shadows appear. It's very D&D.
Now, well, like at least I guess this is an early almost dying, which, to be fair, this is supposed to be harder than thing, and
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish I could know, like, what caused that. Maybe.
I really wanted to have you smash the orb. I really wanted to know if that was going to be connected to it at all.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure. I thought it was low percentage.
Yeah, I considered that I could have smashed it, but then you're like, after it all gone down, you're like, oh, it looks normal now. I'm like, maybe I should have smashed it as soon as I got thrown it.
I want to know if that would have showed up as a trap. If you did your magic spell that detects traps, would that detect that trap?
Do you want an answer to that?
Yes.
No, it was not a trap.
I just think, like, it's such a crap spell. Just gonna
Especially
say
if it wouldn't have told you.
It's a shit spell.
What's a shit spell?
Detect traps.
Oh, right.
Just detect traps,
or whatever it's called. Find traps.
Yeah. So it would have done nothing.
I think the reason it's spectacularly bad is it burns a spell slot that you could use to save your ass.
What level is it?
It's just not worth it. It's level 2.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's quite a
That could be the difference between life and death in battle. And I like using it on not finding a trap is just the worst.
That's why every adventurer used to come with a 10-foot pole.
Yeah.
And you would poke things from 10 feet away,
Yeah.
That is find traps, basically.
Right, I'll cross that one off my list.
Wyomerus said, as players, you're all going to remember what Loris did a lot longer than if he didn't. Like, it's about making that memory, right? Players,
that's true. There's also a long list of those.
No, but as players.
So they all sort of get mixed in together.
As players, though, that was maybe not as characters, but as players, that was I thought that was cool. I enjoyed DMing that because it was tough.
I appreciated that it moved things forward.
Yeah.
Like, we were pretty stuck about what we should be doing and going backwards and forwards. And like, I'm not saying that we should just always go forwards, but we should have some breaks to kind of talk about things. But sometimes we do need to move things forward. Otherwise, it's just like...
That is absolutely true. But also, if we're feeling something's not right, which this definitely didn't feel right, if you provoke it, it will fucking kill us.
Okay,
that's the lesson. I think that's the lesson.
I
really like Loris.
Oh, sorry. No, you go.
I really like Loris's character reaction when we were taking that 1 hour in the portal, like head and hands.
Yeah,
that was awesome. And even though I haven't like kind of played with you guys for ages and probably wasn't fully aware of this, the first time you've seen like sort of this remorse. Just that quiet time I thought was quite poignant.
Loris has never done that ever. He's always made some fucking excuse as to why it happened. It wasn't him. It was always something else. That's the first time he's ever gone, fuck, I did that.
Well, he attempted to do that, saying like, "Oh, American wanted the orb," but I think I like that he dropped that excuse and just said he shouldn't have done it, or that what his actions actually caused everything to domino.
I think the good thing is. You guys are now aware that if you talk too long, maybe Loris is going to just get bored and make an action.
Yeah, I don't want that to be the instigation of anything happening all the time.
But it could maybe instigate you guys to like go, Loris, just stop for a minute while we talk about this, please.
I guess, but like I said, if his character is remorseful. Then that's a good thing because it means that he won't. He might think twice.
I'm pretty certain Loris has learned something from this. From this one.
I don't know. I think like it's like as a character, I'm just like this time. I'm like, oh well, Mira's just going to react realistically to this. And if he keeps doing stuff like that, she's just going to be like, he's a liability.
That's good.
And I will not be around him.
Yeah,
because that's what you would be if someone was constantly putting your life in danger. So I think he knows. Like it was good that the character acknowledged that,
The key thing for this, Loris is used to losing hit points he's used to being really close to death or being saved. He's not used to losing his strength. So feeling weak scared him.
This was a perfect moment for Loris to actually finally understand, like, the thing that he cherishes most could be taken.
His strength has always been his thing. He's always been able to rely on the fact that, I can get scratched, I can get cut, I can lose a limb, whatever. I don't give a shit. It's when
it's
you lose.
True, but
oh, don't like that.
Getting actually damaged in his weak point or his sore point is bad, but he should be more worried about that other people almost died. That's what I'd be worried about. Not that he became weak or something is going to die, but just about everybody died.
The key thing for him, like losing his strength, he can't look after himself and he can't look after his friends. Like in Loris's mind, his friends, his group are his family because he's not had family. He's been on his own for so long. So not being able to protect himself or you guys.
I just think that when someone is sorry about their actions, not about like being, getting weakened or something, that when you're sorry, you think that means that you're not going to do it again. I don't. Otherwise, there's no point in being sorry.
Yeah.
I did think that it moved the story along.
Yeah. Definitely.
I just am worried about dying.
Yeah, that fight was for that. You guys have had it pretty easy the last couple of sessions.
Yeah, absolutely.
We did have a valued member of our party die.
Gary's gone.
He's gone.
Gary gone Gax.
Gary can come back.
Gary bye Gax.
Gary bye Gax.
Oh no. You can't carry your book anymore.
I know.
You can't tackle anymore.
You can't carry your book. The greatest loss.
He's supposed to be carrying my keg. I don't want to carry this thing.
He's probably. Did you end up taking your book back? I know you were reading it for a little bit there.
Well, no, probably not.
Just lying on his bones.
Yeah.
You grab it.
Random Origin said that he thought it was really good. It really fit the characters really well.
Yeah,
it
did.
There was some really cool
I like
stuff.
Random Origin's next comment.
It's not much different to the Fandolin hostage situation. He's known to be impulsive, which is why I like him. All right.
Which Fandolin hostage situation?
I think he's talking about Cragmore. I would like to think.
Because there was also the one with Sildar.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And they're all.
I think there's about 3, wasn't there?
And they've all been memorable. They've all been memorable.
Yeah. They make good podcasts. I've been listening to them lately.
Yeah.
On Loris's gravestone, it's going to be impulsive to a fault.
I imagine.
But no, wait. Is he actually learned from this lesson, or is he going to do it again? Because if his gravestone is still impulsive,
I think it should be left for you to learn. I can't.
I'll put another orb in next session.
Yeah,
and we'll see how it goes.
I think Loris's instinct. He's always going to be impulsive, but these kind of events, and this one particularly, is clearly going to have an impact on what he does next. As to what it looks like and how it shapes and what that means.
Who's writing this gravestone? Is it us?
I like to think Loris wrote it before he died as well.
Loris has written it for a long time. He's got a gravestone.
Oh yeah, he carries it with him. That just is.
He's like, I might need this at any given moment.
Where he falls, his gravestone.
Yeah.
That'd be a cool character,
that
actually.
Would be.
Yeah. I'm always prepared for death.
Where I die, my gravestone.
Just keeps updating the date on it every day, just in case.
Yeah, there's more dates that have been crossed out on Loris's gravestone. He's been so many times.
Dave, I thought you were gone. I thought.
So did I.
I thought that was the end of Loris.
Loris thought he was gone as well. Like when he's losing strength, he was at 11 hit points. Loris had a moment of like, "Fuck, I'm going to get my ass kicked here."
How many hit points did you end up on?
I was on 11.
You dropped. Sorry, I mean
0.
At that point, I was at like 5 strength.
Yeah.
At that point, Loris was like, "Fuck, I'm a dead man here," and that's why he ran. Because he was like, not so much the hit points, but it's like, fuck, I'm too weak to get out of this. I have to run.
Theoretically, I shouldn't have allowed you guys to have a short rest because the The spell only lasted an hour, and it had been around
Yeah.
a minute or two before you guys even got up there.
Oh, come on. I think it's designed for it'd been around for 6 seconds.
And it's been around for about 3 rounds. 18 seconds.
So
we
less than
dropped
an hour.
out of it and we're like, damn, if only I'd had a few more moments rest, I would have been feeling a lot better,
I
but
know.
I'm not.
Oh, 6 seconds, and I would have. Yeah.
Another 6 seconds.
My magic would have returned if I just had, I don't know, 6 more seconds in there. Shit.
6 to 18 seconds.
Yeah.
That's all I need.
That'd be a real dick move for a DM. Well,
Just
Technically.
as you're about to feel rested from your short rest, it disappears and you fall to the ground. Can you everyone roll me
Taking
a
3
D6?
falling damage.
We've all had mornings where we've woken up like slightly earlier than we meant to and felt a bit rubbish, right? Like that's what I
seconds
think.
more sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's your cycle, isn't it? Like sleep cycle.
Yeah.
Circadian rhythm.
Do we have any large foods to show before we wrap up? Have we got anything?
I mean, it's just. I feel like this just isn't cutting it. It's no
not.
big feed, Joa.
Get the big bean out, American.
There's one
Get
big
the
Let me
big
see if
bean.
there's is there any spectacular
We'll
bean
wait.
in here?
We got time.
I'm gonna do a lucky dip.
The secret
Don't say that.
is that I already know that there's a massive leg of lamb
Just
in
a-
the house as well.
Really?
It's just a regular bean. I'm sorry. I'm
Are
so
you
sorry.
hoarding
Keep
lamb?
looking.
Are you hoarding lamb?
Panic buying
Check
one roast lamb.
I really want to eat this.
You just hunted a whole lamb.
yeah. Yes. Anyone?
Wait,
One subscriber equals 1 coffee bean eaten by me.
Oh,
No, I'm not doing that.
Can you tell me how heavy that bag of beans is?
I don't know.
It's going to be a kilo.
Not that heavy. I'm not going to lie. It's not even that
good night,
heavy.
Random.
Pretty
Thanks
bigger.
for watching, buddy. Thank you very much. I think we're going to start losing people. We're talking nonsense again.
Yeah. We're going,
The beans
we're
aren't
going
just. No
I've got a mostly empty bottle of wine here.
Mostly?
If anyone wants to see that.
Is it a
Very
big
in
bottle of
character.
wine?
Premium content.
All right.
Oh yeah, 250 mils.
Oh wow.
I think we're done.
Let's say good night, everyone. We're gonna head off. So
Yeah.
if you've
Let's end on a
if
high
you're
note.
still watching, give us a follow, and then you'll be alerted to when we go live next week. It'll be Monday our time, which could be Sunday morning or Monday morning for you guys. Depends where in the world you are. We've got all of our previous episodes on YouTube. We've even got them here on Twitch. We've got everything except this one on podcast format as well. And we've got a link to our Discord below. So definitely follow that link and come chat to us about nonsense or D&D or Gary Bygax. I love that. That was really good.
No.
So give us a follow.
Gary
And
Gone Gags.
if you've got Twitch Prime, just, it's not going to cost you a cent. Just give us that sub. That's sweet. Doesn't cost you, but we feel warm and we can put any of that cash towards helping people get new microphones. Show them the new microphone we got, Joe, just to make sure that you sound as good as you sounded today. Awesome. So thank you everyone, and we'll see you next time at not the same time, a day earlier next time. See you guys.
Stay safe, everyone.
See you.
Stay safe
Yeah.
and love you. Kisses. Bye.